Would you guys mind if I do something just real quick? Just for my thing real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry, Barrett stream. I'll only take a second. Welcome to Wargroove. We're in the finals of the qualifiers for the first World Tournament of Wargroove 2. I'm on stream with Barrett RTS and Mastro commentating, and the bands have started, and the game will get started in just a second. Okay, thank you for bearing with me for that, guys.
It's all good. I love a sneaky intro. I've missed hearing that, I have to say. So
Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, Derrick bans Wulfar. He doesn't want to let you play Wulfar. He wants to be the only Wulfar.
I think I hate Wulfar mirrors. To play them and to watch them, I think they're like come down very much to like who can just like set up the lethal first. And you get like a really big advantage by getting groove first. So
I feel like I'd win a lot of Wulfar mirrors because I think I calculate lethals like really well. But I also calculate like army kills pretty well. But I'd never play them because usually I think somebody is technically better than Wulfar. So I go into Caesar versus Wulfar because I think Caesar, theoretically is better. But playing Caesar into Wulfar is really hard because Caesar doesn't like playing from very far behind. Wulfar will make you play from very hard behind. From very far behind. Wow, I can't English today. Interesting.
What's really
So,
interesting to me is the Vesper versus the Wulfar ban. I think, Mastro, you love Vesper, but is Vesper
Vesper is
really that strong?
Yes. I mean, Vesper is almost as strong as he was in Wargroove 1. Of course, Wulfar is much better than he was in Wargroove 1, but in Wargroove 1, he was like nowhere near Vesper. Also, Vesper actually might be as strong as he was in Wargroove 1 because although she got her range limited, the new groove mechanics favor her a lot. Because charging with all her army means she can do her whole turn, and then get groove and then place it at the end of her turn. So any COs who like playing groove at the end of their turn got buffed by this. Twins! Wow, Koya not playing Vesper even though it was open. Wow, Koya playing Twins. I thought he would have picked Vesper. He likes Vesper.
I think we're gonna go in and maybe we'll be able to get a match right now. So, oh yeah, they started, so we're gonna go into this.
Yeah. Let's go.
Just give me 1 second. I'm on the wrong version of the game.
Oh no! All right.
You can watch Barrett stream.
Oh, but he's streaming as well. But anyway.
Oh, true.
They're kind of rushing through these first couple turns, so yeah, we came in a little bit late, but that's fine. And they're playing on Floran Farlands, so I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. This is a map both of these players are very familiar with. There was a lot of games of this in TYM. And
Let's see if Saykoya will go for... Ooh, no, doesn't look like he's going for the new idea.
there a new opening that we are unfamiliar with?
Oh, I did it versus Derrick. It was
Okay.
the game I won. I made new prep specifically for that game, and it got me the game, I think. It got me a nice advantage early. And the prep was based on something Saykoya did. But it looks like he's not doing it now. Well, Derrick prepared against it. Had Saykoya gone for it, Derrick would have yoinked one of his center villages. So Saykoya saw that Derrick could have done that and decided not to go for it. I think in theory, the new idea, which is to position your second sword, that's after CO, to cap center later. From above. That village from above. And then go to... Well, yeah.
Like one of those.
Oh,
two.
he's going center with this sword. Okay, you can do it that way too. Okay. He went center with that sword. Which is the same thing Derrick did. Okay, so now Saykoya still has the option of going for the new opening. A variation of it. You can send the central sword either from the CO side or the non-CO side. The point is you send another sword center. So the sword that's right after CO, the one CO uses to heal, can go help CO now. So this is Saykoya's choice right now. He can either go for the central cap with this sword, or send it to help CO. Helping CO will boost
but
his
Derrick can
CO
also
side.
just yoink that village first, so...
Oh yeah, you will lose the center village for a few turns by doing that, but it accelerates your CO and your lumber mill a lot.
Okay.
That's the point. So, okay, he doesn't go for it. So now Derrick then elects to go for it and get yoinked by Saykoya. Let's see if he chooses to. I think in theory it's slightly better to do it even if you do get yoink. But in practice it might be harder to play. Most players aren't used to it. They're used to playing the classic opening. Okay, and another player has gone for it. They're both going with the standard after all.
Although we're seeing the tower get skipped for the moment.
This is fine. You can delay your tower a bit.
I guess just getting that extra sword to the front line is
Yeah, your Sio really appreciates any swords there to help him deal with stuff faster. Especially since Knight takes a long time to get there, and anything from the tower will need like... well, unless the Dragon Rush, it won't really get there in time. So you basically want swords to help Sio deal with that area. That's why it might even be worth it to get yoinked.
So which option do you think Saykoya goes for here? Lumber mill, sword, or capturing the village again?
I think you must hit the mill now, because if you don't hit it now, next turn your Sio doesn't dig up it. So I think you will dig up it from the right. I think that's the correct choice, and I think he knows. Not that the other choices are like much worse, but I think this is clearly optimal.
Yeah.
Ooh, and going for Trooper immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can grab that village, get a little bit of econ lead. I mean, that's going to be something Derrick can't do, and yeah, goes for the lumber mill.
Yeah, Trooper immediately was the classic, but my new theory is, well, our new theory. Saykoya has also prepped it a bit with me and Math, whatever. That Trooper is like 400, and it doesn't. That one village doesn't make money for you that fast. So delaying Trooper a bit to get like some tempo play, like an earlier dragon, could be worth it.
The trooper thing is something I've seen Saykoya do on a lot of maps, like the Harmonious Hideout. Saykoya will almost always build a quick trooper unless they have a very specific play they're going for.
I mean, on Harmonious too, we often delay Trooper for Dragon. Dragon is just like so good on these maps. But well, Trooper is faster money. Hard to go wrong with that. So,
what do you think about Saykoya's decision to harass that middle village with their sword? Because now their sword took a hit. The village is still standing. It doesn't look like they won that engagement.
yeah, well, I think usually you want a dog when you do that, and then the dog can cover your sword. Or you want to have another sword in range to cover. But he's instead going for the harass on the CO side. So you kind of have to choose, in my opinion. You either harass that central village or you harass CO side. I guess he still got some groove out of it, even though he lost the trade, like health-wise, right? So, he might have prepped it to get groove at exactly the time he needs. I haven't done groove prepping. I prep, for position and stuff. But I guess in Wargroove 2, that's a new thing you can do where, like, moves that look bad, get one more attack in, and that means you might have groove for one turn faster.
Maybe.
I don't really think he did that, but he might have, right?
Yeah. He's gonna heal his swords. That makes sense. He just buys 2 more swords.
I don't think it was for groove though, because Saykoya's 5 off of their tier 1.
Only 3 now actually, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, the village can get dig up now, right? Or wait, 30? What's that sword at?
30?
It's enough to
90.
decap
Yeah,
it,
you
right?
could decap it this turn actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, because yeah, you do go for the ding early, and then you can heal and then go for it again, and that works out in the long term. Oh, goes for the hit on that sword, and we're gonna see, there's a lot of contesting happening over this particular lumber mill.
We're seeing those defensive knights. Now, this is something that Derrick did during previous games as well. They build a lot of early knights. I think KMP also used to do this a lot.
KMP is mostly going for Pike Balloon now. He still attacks you like mad. And it's weird to deal with it because, usually you build Pikes to defend against Knights rushing you. What do you build against Pike rushing you? Early Archer? Like, that feels so weird.
Well, either way, it's looking really strong. I mean, this is going to give RPG Master more control over this lumber mill than you'd normally get in the opening.
Yeah, this is true. But he's also not putting stuff on his own CO side, so he's also getting his lumber mill delayed. And, usually you want your bigger stuff with your CO. Because you're thinking eventually CO side will win, because CO is just that strong. So eventually stuff you have with CO will probably kill more, and stuff you have against CO will probably die more. So usually the common wisdom of the Wargroove players is to build knights with your CO. But in this case it's Wulfar. And Wulfar has a very fast groove that is, well, not literally very fast, but you get what I'm saying. Comparatively.
Yeah, it charges very quickly.
Yeah. And it's threatening the whole map. So you actually have a very decent CO threat with those two knights, which wouldn't happen if you were like any other CO except Wulfar. So, this playstyle doesn't make sense with other COs, I think, but it does make sense with Wulfar. Derrick is playing Wulfar, so it's fine.
Yeah, like I've seen Sigrid players do this. Oh, wow! Remember that sword that damaged the village earlier? Now it's low enough that the sword, after being healed, could come back and knock it down.
And that's a nice little econ edge that Saykoya will have.
And the groove edge. Saykoya does have tier 1 now.
Yeah, and actually,
Well, it's a groove edge, but it's not an eco edge, because Saykoya has spent almost as much as the village is worth healing that sword.
And that will drain Derrick, though, because, I mean, one of the big factors, especially in early game, is getting to the point where, like, this gold is, like, a meaningful amount, where you could build, like, a big heavy-hitting unit. So, dragging Derrick down to 900 while Saykoya is up at 1200, like, this air trooper has been delayed because Derrick decided to take the tower one turn later. So
right.
Also, it doesn't look like Derrick has dealt with his like side villages properly.
yeah, I actually almost wish like this knight was in a position to like go for this village. Because
Harp is gonna stop all those ideas next turn though.
the flagstone though.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, the flagstone around this village makes it a little bit awkward for aerial units. Derrick finally grabs that corner with their flamingo a little bit later, so... that was late enough that I think Saykoya justified the early flamingo.
Well, Derrick also didn't really get that much out of his earlier knights, right? They were some tempo, but they weren't like massive tempo. I think super early dragon can do weird stuff on this map that justify the later trooper. Ooh, that's a kill.
Yeah, 94. I think it's 93% is the exact one for flipping or for killing a slowed on planes.
I thought it was 94, but either or. Yeah. 94 was enough.
Either way, Derrick is controlling their corner pretty well now. It looks like Wulfar will be able to knock down the next village next turn if they want to, grab it, and then they'll have all of their villages and lumber mills under control. Meanwhile, Saykoya will still be fighting for their own lumber mill.
I think Saykoya is getting it like this turn, so he's actually gonna be well, actually they're gonna be at the same time, yeah. Half a turn faster, but he is P1, so...
right, yeah, with Derrick backing off, you're right. I think Saykoya will be able to grab them.
I don't think Derrick could have fought that. Do you?
I think Derrick might have been able to stay for another turn, but it would be hard to calculate.
The risk is if you stay and you clump your army up, twins will just drop fire on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to deal with like lots and lots of damage. And then, it's a lot of gold value, that's a lot of tempo right there. So
how close is Derrick to tier 2?
200%, so Wulfar has it. They were at like 170-ish, I think, at the start of the turn, so it was like just not quite high enough.
And what's Koya at?
Koya's at like 150-ish.
So Well, maybe Derrick could have fought that with tier 2 threat. As in, well, you don't want to do that because it spends a lot of clock, but theoretically you might have been able to find a position where, tier 2 threat with lethal on twins or just like killing critical units there, like the Knight and the Harpy, could stop Kolya from fighting effectively.
Oh, here comes the fire. And actually, they were just like in a perfect formation for that to work out, so...
Ooh, and the fire kinda protects the Knight.
Yeah, because like, the Knight's gonna eat some fire damage, but anything that hits the Knight is also gonna eat fire damage.
I mean, I'm also saying it also just blocks the side.
True it does, but...
The Knight can only be hit by one thing. Unless you break the fire. You can break the fire with all 3 swords, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, a single mage heal will heal pretty much all this back up to full, but...
This is also true.
But you're actually losing the turn of the mage doing anything else. But yeah, I'm curious. The fire globe is actually really durable.
Well, there is a Wulfar on the field, which could always break it.
Also very true. Yeah, he could literally just knock something across the map. And what's he got? 12 range? So like what? Like this? Let's say like this sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But I think the important thing here is the position it affords Saykoya.
He can
forces RPG Master to either address the flames or back off and grant Saykoya 2 villages, a position in front of your stronghold, the ability to get more groove. Like, just so many bad things happen if you back off, or you have to dump groove or several units to attacking this globe, maybe attacking the Knight. Twins are right there, they could smack something. You still have to grab that village back. It puts RPG Master in a really tough spot.
By the way, is there the potential for lethal on Saykoya Sion? No, there isn't. Because of the 2 cut forest tiles, the right Knight can't reach. So even with like 2 short suicides, you can really kill.
Ooh,
No, wait, there was no way.
Yeah, like, I actually do think like Wulfar Grooves to break this and damage the army might be a good plan, but no, gonna use the swords instead. Just goes for hit on the Knight, and oh, that's within range of the Harpy.
But then Harp is in range of the mage. I guess it can get tagged by the Knight for a lot of damage actually, but it'll still tank the Harp.
I think RPG Master handled that really well, because it didn't give Saykoya any position, it didn't give up too much damage, it cost 300 gold, but most of the groove was negated, and the only unit damaged now is a Knight, but Saykoya's Knight is also damaged. The twins don't have that great a target to attack, they can hit something, but it's not the end of the world. And meanwhile, RPG Master has shored up their corner, and they can continue trying playing their own game now. I think that could not have been handled much better.
Well, I agree. This is probably the best move for Derrick, but I think Oya is also doing fine here. I think twins are gonna get quite a bit of value, and Derrick has been sitting on groove. So if twins start building towards another groove, even though they didn't get much value from this one, it can be justified, I think.
I guess the question is, how does Saykoya do the next turn? Like, because personally, I would just go super aggro here and attack.
Oh yeah, he needs to do that to justify his groove just getting killed.
Yeah. This army's like
going aggro.
Yeah, this army's fairly out of position. You could kill like the Knight, both swords, and like really hurt the mage as well, which means the Harpy is safe.
The question is, can twins like hit the other Knight without dying?
Oh, there's even a forest tile to do it from, so you just throw twins up, and then they're even safer.
Oh no, I'm saying the other Knight. You clear the forest and you hit the other Knight. Which would also protect the Harpy, assuming it finishes off the 5 Knight, right?
I think you go for the mage instead, because the mage is gonna one-shot that Harpy. The Knight's like kind of spooky,
Oh no, I'm saying like with twins, you hit the knight, the full knight with twins. Oh no, I'm not going for anything. I don't
Oh.
agree with this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
assuming the harpy hits the 5 knight from where the your 6 knight is, and then twins hit the full knight, right? Something like that.
Oh, it doesn't go from the forest either.
He might want to cut that. No, he doesn't want to cut.
No, you don't want to cut it this turn. That's a super safe tile to put twins in. And doesn't go for the kill on the knight either.
There might have been a tempo thing, you know, to cut that. Okay.
You have to remember, Saykoya's playstyle is designed around speed. Saykoya is not going to waste time thinking about a maybe attack that might be worth it. They're just going to make super safe plays and try to advance as much as they can.
Well, I guess, but then if he wanted to play it this way, he maybe shouldn't have played tier 1 last turn. It's
I think
just
the tier
waited
one-
for tier 2.
Yeah.
It's the most guaranteed play.
I mean,
in
I
that
think
case.
my thing is because Wulfar has full groove, now is the time you want to be aggressive because there isn't going to be additional groove charge built up. Like if you,
Well,
if you
also,
come
now
with
is the
clear
time you
versus-
can get lethal easily, though.
Yeah, although Wulfar is like really far. Like I think his groove wouldn't have reached twins if the twins were in that forest tile.
I'm pretty sure it would have. It's like 12 tiles. Let me
Maybe.
actually count. How long is the map, even?
Like let's say this sword went back and Wulfar like went all the way here. So 1, 2, 3.
Just the fact that you guys have to count means Saykoya was not going to consider it.
Oh, I mean it would have reached, but like
Yeah, it would have reached.
there isn't that much to counter attack here. Like, would it have been the end of the world? Like one full. That's a hard one. I guess like mage could potentially have suicided in, and then you're dealing with like, oh, but there's a bunch of stuff to wall as well. Like there would have been stuff in front, so, and you could have.
By the
This
way-
is why Saykoya didn't do it.
Yeah, okay. But then Saykoya is basically just down groove. Well, down value from groove. I guess he's technically up because Derrick hasn't used groove at all. But like, I don't think Derrick can use a less profitable groove than Koya did. The problem is, Koya is up a lot of CO activity. His CO is like up to Derrick's HQ almost, and then
Yeah.
Derrick is on the edge of the map. He needs to.
Now's the benefit of using Groove. It cleared space and allowed Saykoya to advance. And if you look at the twins, they already have 50 Groove. They're working towards another tier 1. I think that was a perfect Groove. It did exactly what Saykoya wanted.
He did everything except give value.
It
It
gave
gave
position.
position.
I think Koya could have moved there anyway. I think he just had better army. Right? I think he could just moved up and been more threatening by having a tier 2 charged right now.
Oh, actually, though, here's the thing. So the mage heal, you were talking about the mage heal, like it's only 300 gold, but Derrick's been down on economy for quite a while, or was anyway. So that 300 gold was actually kind of a big deal. Like that was like, you know, potentially another knight coming out or like something a bit heavier. So actually, that mage heal was kind of significant in that regard. Like Derrick just didn't have as much money to build like a heavy unit to be in front of the stronghold right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of dogs, which is unusual for Derrick. We don't see Derrick spam dogs as much.
Oh, I disagree. Derrick was spamming dogs in our set. Like,
I think
all
in-
3 games, I think.
against this
Game 1 he had
composition,
like
but-
7 dogs or something.
yeah, I think Derrick actually is a big dog fan. But yeah, like look at this army composition that Saykoya has. Like this is weak to dogs. Like, you sure you've got like a harpy and a knight in here, but all these swords and the spears and the mage and the air trooper, like they are not gonna do well against the dogs.
I mean, the swords and the maids and the air trooper are all forced buys of the map, basically.
True, but it's still the case that the dogs are gonna do well against them.
I guess, yeah, but his real units are like the knight, the harpy, the 2 pikes, the other knight. Oh, I guess the other knight is not close to any
Yeah,
dogs.
this one's like kind of off doing its own thing. I like this positioning from Wulfar actually. It forces like the knight can't hit from the left and this can't get flipped again. Wouldn't have been like ideal to go for
You're
that.
not
but,
really flipping that anyways.
Yeah, but yeah,
In a
Wulfar's
Wulfar
just positioning aggressively and
Yeah.
preventing like this lumber mill from being taken down.
Wulfar's
if-
gotta not go too alone, get trapped. But I think it is good this turn.
Yeah. No, there's nothing really too trapping right now. So, yeah.
What's
Nice
interesting
aggressive
though is
positioning.
that Derrick is trying to lethal Saykoya.
I mean, he's gonna get outgrinded at this rate, I think. Because it's Saykoya, I don't think like it's a necessary thing by the state of the board. But like it's Saykoya. Oh, and he's only up like 2 minutes. Derrick has been playing pretty quickly. But I think Saykoya's speed shows up a bit later, mostly.
Oh, I just
Ooh,
realized not killing the knight forced it to heal off this village, which now gets flipped.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't it have healed on another village?
No, because there's a chop forest tile there.
Well, not on both sides.
Yeah, it might have been way more out of position to do that though. I'm not sure.
I mean, literally on the same diagonal.
The purpose
this
of
one-
putting
To
the
the
knight
right.
here was for lethal purposes, because you can go one to the left, a few down, and then hit the twins if they try to hit the 6th village. So it's critting that tile. That's why I was saying Derrick was positioning the lethal Saykoya. This knight is threatening you if you hit the 6th village from the bottom, which is the most obvious place to put the commander.
Although actually it also does that if you put it in the tile up. next to
It
the other village.
does, but it can get blocked on this vertical here.
Yeah, that's
and-
true actually. Like, but yeah, twins are just gonna go elsewhere. That makes sense. There's just too much army here now.
But too little Almir elsewhere. Koya just playing solid, I guess.
Yeah, I mean he's got the econ lead. You don't have to push it, right? You can
Yeah.
just threaten the left-hand side, which these two knights are doing. Twins are getting ready to move across. They can potentially jump in this balloon still as well. Although the
Yeah.
mage could sack itself to kill that balloon.
I don't think that would be good. Like, twins are basically centralized. They can go anywhere anyway. And the pikes are in decent positions. The balloon isn't, like, sorely needed.
And
What you have to consider is Saykoya just wants to take economy and keep their commander safe each turn. That's it.
Yeah.
They've realized they can't win the game because Derrick is defending, so they're just going to calmly take villages, get the best position they can every turn, again and again, until Derrick runs out of time.
Yeah, and I think Derrick, he over defended his HQ and he took units away from everywhere, and that's like a sign to Koya. Koya is basically now thinking, okay, I just outdance him, basically. I'm just gonna move my units where he isn't, and every time we move armies around, I'm gonna take like a bit more, and I'm gonna stay like up around 100 econ, 200 econ for the whole game, and eventually I'll have like 2 more golems and also 5 minutes more on the clock. And he'll resign or lose on time or something.
Yep. This is classic Saykoya.
Okay, going in for a kill there. I am curious if this is going to be followed up by a groove? Or is Wulfar just going to play
There's
it
no
safe?
groove here.
Well, no killing groove. You can do damage with groove, but it's not enough damage.
True. And I
There's
think-
always some decent damage groove for new Wulfar when it's tier 2. But like,
I think like another thing as well, like where we're talking about that dance of like Saykoya is going to avoid fighting this army head on and just go where like the army isn't. As soon as twins have groove, like you wait for the army to clump up, you throw fire on it, and then you just attack elsewhere again, because the army then has to spend time healing and regrouping, and twins can do that
Yeah.
from a very safe position as well.
or if Derrick goes to Ham, you can just kill him with tier 1.
Also very true, yeah, that plus that flat 20% damage, and also not just a flat 20% damage on Wulfar, but also like if you have some units of your own that you could potentially then weaken up to throw down, throw into a lethal, then yeah, that also works.
This is very funny. Disobeyed has been talking about this a lot. I mean, a lot of players have noticed it, but and this debate Puppet's so happy about it. Like sometimes Twins tier 1 can be better than tier 2 because it makes extra suicides for lethal.
Yeah.
One thing that's worrying me a little bit is that, for Derrick, I mean, I don't think Derrick knows what to do in this situation, because Derrick is a player that's comfortable being in Saykoya's position. Derrick's not comfortable being on the other side of this. They're stalled right now, trying to think, okay, what am I doing? I don't think they're prepping a big play. I think they're trying to figure out, how do I play the game? Because Saykoya's got pikes where their knights are. Their knights are really zoned out of moving across the map and front switching. And if they do, they could lose some more villages. Saykoya's got a pike crit lined up in that 7 village.
Oh, here we go. Tier 2. Bang, bang, bang. Just a big chunk of damage on the army. That's nice. Actually, I like that it weakens the spears, because now these knights are going to be a lot more, be able to be far more aggressive. The mage is going to go in. Ooh, this is going to be a big aggro turn, isn't it? And yeah, Derrick's just like, I got to go in. Like, I don't feel comfortable playing this out like in a kind of usual way. And is this second knight going to go in? I think it will.
I don't know about this. This doesn't look good to me.
I remember when I said something about like Derrick is not gonna use tier 2 and get less value than Saykoya got with his tier 1.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean,
yeah, then this
maybe I keep being wrong.
It's tough,
We
right?
shouldn't
Like
say anything
we
anymore.
can sit and we can chat. Like there's 3 of us like essentially playing both sides right now, but if you're on your own and you're under the pressure of being in a tournament by yourself, like you're gonna see plays like that where it's just like
I certainly blundered a lot against Derrick. I mean,
yeah, and I wonder if he's feeling like, oh wait, should I have done that? Because now there's like a mage and a dog just kind of hanging out here.
I mean, maybe he saw the writing on the wall, like we did. Like, if he's gonna slowly lose otherwise, so he's like, okay, gotta do something. Might as well, let's go. Like, Koya might blunder now. He made it interesting. If he loses, probably, yeah, but like, he made it interesting, so maybe he has a greater chance of winning through a Koya blunder right now than he had, like, before.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna force a blunder playing like this. You're just giving Saykoya free dudes.
No, you're not forcing a blunder, but you're hoping for a blunder.
No. This isn't how you play to try to make your opponent blunder. This is how you play when you have no other idea what to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's
that's what
desperation, not that it's like...
But it's hard, Saykoya is very, very good at putting you in a position where you feel like you have no options.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel like you don't know how to play the game. No, he actually makes you feel like you never knew how to play the game.
I wouldn't say that, but...
Well, that's how I feel when I'm in those positions. When I'm just like...
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
In this position, there are a couple things you can do. You can back off and accept that Saykoya has a lead, which is a very mature thing to do, very hard to do. That's something that Saykoya actually does when they're losing. Sometimes they'll just back off, accept their opponent has a lead, and try to fight for the late game. Or you can try to make a play. Find a way to take out your opponent's army, but there really wasn't one in this situation.
I saw that Harpy get hit, and I was like... And that Harpy hit the Wulfar, and I was like, wait, is Wulfar dead? But no.
No.
I guess, wait, nothing is in range of that Harpy, so it was just a free hit?
Yeah, that's just a free hit. Oh, because there was a mage, but it got killed by the knight.
That's fair. I thought Koya would move away from that side and just pick up the 3 dudes on the right, but I guess he can do both. He can also slightly advance on the left and pick up the dudes on the right, which means he should be like completely winning.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there were several things you could do in response. This was not one of them. What Derrick did was chuck a bunch of free dudes on the right in the hopes that Saykoya would overreact, go to the right, and somehow, magically, there was no way this would happen, Derrick would get to the stronghold and take out Saykoya's stronghold. The problem was, first of all, Saykoya was not going to abandon their stronghold, which is why Saykoya has to attack on the left. To be clear, if Saykoya actually went all the way to the right, they would lose the game.
I don't
But-
think he has to attack on the left. Sorry to stop you there. I think he can slightly retreat on the left and still defend HQ.
Yeah, but why? There's a balloon there.
He
Why are you
just
going to risk that?
fair, but he just has to like not completely abandon the left like 100%, right?
Yeah, you have to leave something there. You have to
Yeah.
leave something there. Just a body to stop units from freely walking to the dang thing and attacking it.
But yeah, his move did everything though. It left staff on the left with like actual value gained. He killed something. I mean, that knight can be cleared though.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a sword capture. I think I would capture it with the weaker swords. Oh, it doesn't go for the capture.
Oh, not capturing. To not give groove.
Yeah, that makes sense as well. Yeah, you really don't want to like open up a Wulfar lethal right now. And I like this positioning of the dog and this positioning of this sword. Because, yeah, if this dog wasn't here, Airtrooper could go below and pick up the night kill potentially with like...
This is interesting. Could there be a lethal on Saykoya? I don't think so. But
Not anymore. There's far too much army clumped here. I think you could brawl out against this army. I think that's a potential, but I don't think this is lethal.
The problem with trying to lethal Saykoya is the sword. The full health sword beneath the village. That can't be cleared, so you don't have enough sides. You've got 9 sword suicide, you've got Harpy, you've got Knight. Alright, so far you've done like maybe over 50 damage.
Yeah,
if
the
a
witch
full
doesn't
health
reach.
Wulfar could hit the twins, sure, but you're not going to clear Knight and sword.
you have no way to clear the sword. Yeah. Because the knight is easy to clear, like Trooper and Pike, but then Wulfar isn't full health to clear the sword. So Harpy hitting Wulfar actually massive value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the lethal only works if Wulfar were to hit the twins. So you'd have to clear the sword with something other than Wulfar anyway. So that sword is keeping Saykoya alive right now.
This command
Wait.
doesn't kill sword on Flagstone, does it?
Oh wait, no. Oh, even full HPCO. Oh, I didn't see it was Flagstone. I forgot about the Flagstone. Okay, so yeah. So that sword does to like nothing except what? Golem Dragon? Or like some crits? Maybe Night crit? Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah,
kill.
it's very tanky.
From one side. By the way, was like 9 sword suicide, dog hit, dog crit, Harpy hit not enough? Probably wasn't enough anyway.
No.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's what I was saying. Wulfar would have to hit the twins, which means something else would have to clear the sword, which is impossible. So it's safe as long as the sword's standing there.
Yeah. And not even Wulfar can clear the sword. Basically, Wulfar needed groove to do
Yeah,
this.
and I think he maybe
Yes.
could have generated it if he'd like if this army on the right had gone in, but the army on the right would die for doing that. So
Well, if the army on the right hadn't died last turn, I guess, half of it,
yeah.
maybe you would have been able to do something.
And this makes sense. Harpy can't be hit by anything here, so he's gonna chip the commander.
Can be hit by Harpy.
Yeah, but that's not. Oh, there's a flagstone in the way.
Oh,
I think you can go around and hit from where the twins are standing, but that's it really. And there's a witch and a mage up here, so
yeah, and you can't kill it actually, even with Groove and the other Harpy hitting, it's not enough. So it's like, if you're not gonna kill, why go for it?
yeah.
You're gonna die in return. So that Harpy also cannot be cleared in any way, which is a nice blocker on that tile.
Yeah, I'm very curious if twins. Oh, that's a tough one. Like you could run back and throw fire, but twins might be a bit vulnerable because they're only on 80%, and Wulfar could get grooves next turn. Like, you have to
Yeah.
I mean, at this
consider
point, Saykoya just doesn't want to lose. As long as Saykoya doesn't lose, they win.
This is also true. Saykoya can play conservatively from now on. Easily take the game, probably.
that. Yeah.
Well,
and-
easily. It's never easily against Wulfar because you need to be careful every turn, or you get leaked. Ooh, balloon there too. Yeah, you can't attack now.
yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
dragon has free dudes. I mean,
Yeah, dragon can kill air trooper, and you take a counter hit off of a harpy. It's not the end of the world. You would just hit the harpy with your harpy, and that would make the
wait.
damage negligible.
That's not true. I'm realizing this isn't true. Wulfar could groove the dragon potentially.
If he gets groove.
If
Does he
the
get
dragon hits the air trooper from below, then like Wulfar
It's
is not
gonna
going
be
that
hard for
deep.
Wulfar,
Yeah, Wulfar would not go that deep. That's just like immediately you're dead if you try and do that.
I was thinking more like Dragon kill Spike, but wait, is that in Witch range?
No.
No, it's not in Witch range. So Dragon hit Pike would be good value, but then it's vulnerable to Wulfar if he gets groove.
Yeah, and
And it
vulnerable
also
to
might
getting
get
surrounded.
trapped.
Yeah.
You know, this is really interesting. Earlier, we were talking about how bad that play Derrick made was, but Derrick has recovered economy. Derrick has equalized economy and is now in an attacking position against Saykoya's stronghold. They don't have the army to back it up right now, but they healed their position by sacrificing those troops.
I think he paid too much value for it though.
Oh, actually, it's really difficult to push on this right hand side because there are these two knights, and there's nothing to wall break. Okay, so Dog's gonna go for the hit. Interesting.
Dog crit will finish maybe?
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
Ooh.
fire?
Ooh, like fire.
Okay. Some nice
I mean, it's
damage.
decent damage, but I'm not sure about that.
That's not the best idea, Saykoya? Hello? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I don't know about that position.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go for that. How much do you do to a balloon? Air 50. Okay, so that wasn't gonna crit to kill that either.
Yeah, no, Harper crit isn't that strong, and balloons are way too tanky against like.
I guess
most
like
units.
dragon is a wall now, and balloon is a wall. Oh, actually, yeah, you got two sides blocked with air, so.
I mean, there wasn't really a kill there, unless Wulfar gets groove. No, even if Wulfar gets tier 1, probably.
Actually, that's a
Tier 1,
flagstone, so.
Oh, 43, sword can't kill that. That's just kind of bad.
Yeah.
Is Saykoya dead? Is it just me looking at this and thinking Saykoya's dead?
No way, right?
Which hex?
You got a
Mage
lot
Shield?
of suicide units created by that fire. I guess the dog won't be able to, right?
You don't have
Because
any
it's 80
big
twins or
units
80.
though. You don't have
Uh,
any big units.
sword. Oh, you got Wulfar though. Wulfar can just walk up and punch twins in the face.
Yeah, I mean, with a mage healed Wulfar, you really only have to get the twins down like 40, 30, but you got Witch Hex. I don't know. I think it's safe. I think it's safe. I'm doing the math in my head. I think Saykoya lives. But that was a little scary.
Yeah, 87
I mean,
on
if
Wulfar.
Wulfar-
And like, actually,
if
that would be.
Wulfar gets groove,
It's
there might be something.
it's hard to say. I mean, you wouldn't use groove in this position. There's no reason to.
Oh, maybe you could. Oh no, you can't. I was thinking like. No, there is the forest and the flagstone stopping the idea. I had like the idea of like Harpy hits balloon, then Groove finishes balloon. Maybe does Groove even finish balloon then? Might not.
You just try and kill him on one side.
Oh wait. No, Harpy crit kills the 7 dog, right?
Yes. Harpy Crit would kill the 7 dog.
Oh, but then Wulfar can't send the balloon to where the 7 dog is. So unless he hits it from the forest. So actually no, there is no tier 1 lethal. There's
How
no
much
lethal
groove
at all.
charge do you need? I think there's a you
I
might
mean-
there might it might be it might be real. Hold on, I'm looking at this.
I think you're just better just hitting with Wulfar, right?
If you can open another side with tier 1, no, opening a side is probably better. But if you can't open another side with tier 1, then well then
I'm really
shit,
curious.
Wulfar.
So this being 92% health commander hit on a weekend. So that's what, like 40 damage?
I
And
think
I open-
twins
Should we do
live.
two
I
suicides
think
first?
twins live.
And by open another side, I mean open another side and hit twins. Because if you can do either or, then it's not good enough. If you can hit twins and open a side,
Okay.
Yeah,
they're
it doesn't
not
work.
gonna
It
go
doesn't
for
work because even if you did that, you wouldn't have anything to follow up with at that point.
yeah, I mean the dog, but the dog can suicide probably, and the sword can't. Yeah, the sword
there's
can
a dog
suicide
actually,
anyway,
okay. I
Yeah, no,
actually
there's-
missed that dog. I didn't see it, but
There's nothing there. There was never lethal there.
okay.
But
I'm just
Saykoya said
surprised
there might
Saykoya
be.
did that. Normally, that's the kind of thing Saykoya would avoid.
Is it? I mean, he probably knew there wasn't lethal. Like, Saykoya won't calculate lethal when there's a lot of math involved. But he will do stuff like, oh, he has no way to clear more than one side, and I don't die from one side. He will do those things. The
Maybe.
things he won't do is like, I've calculated all the optimal attacks here, and I live with 3%. He doesn't do that.
Right.
I mean, almost nobody
Right.
does that, I guess.
I don't know.
Um,
I feel like that was a moment where Saykoya threw down fire and was like, I can totally cover this, and maybe didn't think about it too hard, and then later was like, uh-oh, I'm safe here, right? Like, I can hear Saykoya saying that in my head. There's
that
no
could have
lethal, right?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a
Surely.
moment where you're like, wait, hang on a moment.
Wait,
Am I
there
dead
was-
here? That is like a very common Wargroove phrase that people have in their heads, where it's like,
Yeah.
am I about to die? Especially against Wulfar. But I mean, in that case, I think like the move was just Wulfar walks up and punches the twins.
Wow, given more free units. Wait, is it really free? What hits the dog? Wait, do you have nothing to hit the dog there? I guess your own dog. Wait, maybe it's not
I'm
that.
really impressed by Derrick. Like, they're attacking in this position. They're behind like 6 unit count consistently, but they're attacking. That's hard to do. You know, they were lost, but now it looks like they're back in it.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but like, Koya keeps making unimpressive grooves. Imagine if he was Vesper. Could have been Vesper now. With Vesper, he would have been like extremely Omega winning.
The Vesper Saykoya wouldn't have gotten 2 grooves or groove in time.
I mean, are you sure about that? I think he had like around 200 grooves the first time he grooved, right? And then this wasn't a good position to use groove anyway. He would have gotten it this turn or maybe next turn. Also, he would have been further ahead from getting a better groove before. So
I do agree that this groove was a little questionable.
oh, you're still a fan of the previous groove?
No, the first groove I maintain was amazing. It gave
Really?
Saykoya a big positional advantage. This groove, I don't know why Saykoya did that.
I mean, maybe Saykoya is trying to cosplay as me and get like 4 grooves this game. Maybe go
Well-
for 5 since twin groove is cheaper.
Actually,
Let's see.
something I did like about this groove and the way Derrick has been forced to respond is the knight can now just go harass the side.
I
think that's actually
mean,
really nice.
is that something the groove did, or is this something that Derrick just allowed now?
Well, Derrick took quite a lot of damage that turn, so like the mage heal, caught some of it, right? But it didn't catch all of it.
I guess he could have retreated to that side, but then he would have been out of position had Koya danced to like the right. So I think it might have been more of a strategic army positioning thing than just pressing the groove thing. I think Koya is maybe thinking of it like a fire and forget thing. Just whenever I have groove, I'm just gonna press it as long as it hits a bunch of stuff and it does the damage, and that's all I need.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess in that position, like the main advantage there you're getting is you're forcing your opponent to think about how to play against it.
Does Koya just go in now? It looks like you can pick up some kills if you go in.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they would go for the lump mill, but no, they're just gonna go for army.
Oh, going for the Rumble Mill would have been like a more Koya thing, I don't know, I'll say, but
I think Saykoya is just trying to time out their opponent, but I don't know if Derrick is someone you can play that way against, because Derrick doesn't usually play at a very high... I don't quite know how to describe this. Like, Derrick's not that aggressive, I guess I should say. Derrick is happy to pick on villages, And so it's kind of harder to time someone like that out, because they will take advantage of your rushed moves.
I wouldn't say that, but maybe. This is an interesting position. I think Derrick has just lost too many units. Man, like, I don't think Oya is trying to win on time. I think Oya will win on time if Derrick tries to play super defensively. But the way Derrick is playing right now, I think Oya will just outgrind him to death. Really. Just a classic attrition win. At some point, he's gonna lose all his units. And that point is like coming soon, I think. He's
I don't
lost too
know.
much on the left side, and he might lose some right side too.
I wonder if I would just yeet a sword into that mage.
Ooh, no, he's retreating that side.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair. It's the safe move. When you attack on one side, you retreat the other side. Then your mobile units all go assist the attacking side.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like it
but
would have
now
been
you're
worth trading
losing.
a sword to just damage the mage, though.
Oh, and do nothing else? No, I don't agree with that.
Well, maybe like throwing like the dragon or something to hit something too, but
Yeah, but there's another mage and the witch there, so it's hard. Even if that was the only mage, then you'd do that, right? You chuck a sword at the mage, and then dragon gets a mostly free kill. And then if it punishes your dragon, kinda, the dragon is still fine after, and the mage dies completely, and your dragon gets more free hits. Yeah, but like here's another mage and a witch, and he's playing as Wulfar, and there's another mage close to a balloon.
Here's the thing: if you throw a sword at a mage, what you're getting is 200 gold of value on mage damage. What you're losing is 100 gold of value and a unit count. Saykoya's advantage is unit count, not economy, right? Like right now, Derrick has 2 lumber mills. Derrick has economy. So it's not really worth it for Saykoya to do that because it's the equivalent of Derrick saying, I will spend 200 gold to kill your sword. And Derrick can afford it. So that's good for Derrick. So Saykoya was right not to throw the sword in, I think, in this
I mean,
position.
also, I think, like in general, unit count is worth quite a bit of money. Like
That's true. That's true.
When
I
we
do
discussed
sometimes
it-
throw the sword at the mage. I do like doing that sometimes, but I wouldn't in this position.
I think when you're not getting anything else at turn, just throwing the sword at the mage and retreating, I think it's never right. I think a full frontline sword is worth at least 200, and usually 250 to 300. And
Wow.
yeah, that's what me and Math believe, and I think Oya also agrees with the figure. Space Front values it at more, like 300 to 350, maybe 400. I think it values unit count way too much. But yeah, most of the top players, I don't remember if Zeronix has told me what he values a full frontline sword at. But I
Because
think
I'm
that
the only weirdo who sacrifices swords at the top. Saykoya's giving me a lot of crap for this. Saykoya's like, Sneaky, you hate swords. You have to save them.
ooh, Harp is on the mountain, which means Wulfar can't groove. I mean, he would have probably died for it, but he can't groove a knight, even losing his own life. But that's
Also, I
a lot
like how
of
Saykoya has 3 harpies. Like, look at this.
Koya thinks harpies are really good now.
They are good.
Good, yeah, but like I think he overestimates them.
Harpies were good in Wargroove 1, and now they got buffed. I think everyone
They weren't.
underestimates them.
They weren't good in Wargroove 1, come on.
They were good in Wargroove 1.
I mean, they weren't. Maybe they weren't as horrible as people thought they were, but they certainly weren't good. They were the bad tower unit. Like Balloons or Dragon were better, and Witch probably. Witch was also kind of bad, but Witch still was better than Harpy, right? Now Harpy is better than Witch, maybe. Is it better than Balloon? Unclear. Like in many situations.
There's a small weakness in Saykoya's position on the left. The mages are a little bit too removed. Like there's just that one mage kind of covering everything, and it's not even covering the knight. Oh well, that's not Saykoya's knight. The coloring is screwing me up a little bit. But still, I would have liked Saykoya to have one more mage over there because there's a balloon, there's a witch. I feel like Derrick could use their air units to wall a little bit if they wanted to.
Oh wait, is it lumber mill on road? So I guess the dragon can crit it. That's interesting.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's
Yeah, it's
cool.
on roads.
But Saykoya is still actually. Oh, wheat covers.
Yeah.
Derrick saw. Derrick saw. Oh,
Yeah,
good
look
for
just
him.
covering.
And the good thing about
But I
having
mean,
like
that's
a
not
kind
to
of
say you couldn't find a way around it.
Yeah. You might be able to hit it from the bottom and then block. That's right.
I think the
But
good
like,
thing though about going like this kind of harpy composition is like you just force your opponent to like respond with enough anti-air and you can really just overwhelm. Like if you were able to, if one of these mages died for example, the harpies would just flood over to the right hand side. It's very
Derrick
low.
has somehow gotten a lot of weak on the right side though.
Yeah, there
He's
wasn't
gonna
anything to
kill
like,
some
there
units.
wasn't anything to fight the knights, so Saykoya couldn't attack into that position. And Derrick's been doing really good, like a really good job with the walls in this game.
Yeah, I guess Saykoya is now getting extra pikes, but his balloon is too late because he kept it as a blocker. Like, old Saykoya would have probably got another balloon, but maybe he wanted more money for something? Where did that money go? Like, Saykoya would get multiple balloons to do that, like hold one as a blocker and then have one to ferry new pikes, and then exchange the balloons, and like the ferry balloon becomes a blocker balloon, the blocker balloon goes back. And get very, very nice and efficient position. But it doesn't look like this happened.
At the end of the day, Saykoya doesn't really need to do anything too fancy, but they can't afford to fall behind. And that's one of the weird things about Saykoya fighting Derrick, because these are two players who are probably some of the best at stealing villages while they shouldn't be able to. And Saykoya is now fighting another person who can do that. So they might have their brain, like their strategy, tuned towards fighting someone who can't really fight back from behind, but Derrick can. And so Saykoya might be slow playing it a little bit too much.
I mean, I'd say Derek couldn't play for behind for quite a while. Like, I think he was doing worse for a while. But suddenly, the last few turns, getting those vills, the mill and the vill actually. Now it's looking playable for Derek. Otherwise, well, it depends on what he pays for it. If Koya doesn't punish here, can he even punish? Oh yeah, but if he has no way to punish, no, but the dragon positioning.
I feel like we're hearing your internal monologue a little bit.
I mean, yeah. Stream of thought commentary. I mean, I don't know how to commentate, so that's what I'm doing, right?
And I guess like, I feel like Saykoya has to attack somewhere. I think on this right hand side maybe. Like you swing the harpies down so they can't be caught by the mages this turn. You just throw some of your army in to kill some of these weak units, and have the harpies back it up. So like if the knights go in, they take a lot of damage for it. But
Well, he needs to decide which side is his. He needs to either take back his own lumber mill and punish Derek for taking it, or take Derek's lumber mill. And it looks like he's doing neither.
No, he's setting up to crit Derrick's lumber mill with that knight position. Sorry, his own lumber mill. Saykoya is trying to capture the bottom right lumber mill. This knight is set up to crit it. Saykoya is going in with a few units, clearing a little bit here,
Okay,
preparing to fight the dogs.
I don't know how I feel about the air trooper position. I would have maybe preferred the forest on the top right, but
Yeah, I agree.
The risk there was dog crit on the dog, and then if the knight can remove the sword, a sword could then hit the trooper in that forest.
But from really bad terrain to decent terrain.
oh, I guess though like the troopers wanted the anti-knight unit, so you want to save it for punishing knights.
Yeah.
Well, also that would mean the knight is overextended and Harpy can hit it. So I think I would put Trooper in the forest anyway. But like Koya's trying to play a bit faster than I would be playing this, right? Actually, is he playing faster?
Saykoya is
slightly.
playing faster, but is struggling to do so. If you look at their position, Saykoya is turtling around the stronghold, yielding territory to Derrick. It looks like Saykoya is kind of having trouble doing their usual "I'm 4 minutes ahead of you" thing.
I don't think he needs to be 4 minutes ahead of you. I think Saykoya just wants to be like slightly ahead, so if it comes to time, he wins. Like, I don't think he's trying to time you out or have you fall behind far, timer wise. I think he's just trying to not be behind himself, and then he plays people like me, we're just way too slow.
The thing is, Saykoya is not really playing for the win anymore. Like at the beginning of the game, Saykoya was pushing for the win. Like, I'm hitting your stronghold, defend it and let me take eco, or fail to defend it, I'll win the game. But after that, Derrick, outside of that one weird Wulfar groove, which we can debate after the game whether it was good or bad. I don't think it was that good. But outside of that, Derrick's been walling really well, positioning really well. Saykoya has not been given any more openings, and kind of can't just make easy moves to advance anymore.
I don't think Saykoya was ever going for like an HQ win. I think he was just wanted to apply some vague pressure on the HQ, so that Derrick needed to, defend there, and that would stabilize the game kinda, and then Saykoya could do his thing. I don't think he ever thought, I'm gonna actually kill your HQ. Not saying that he wouldn't have killed it if Derrick just abandoned it, but like, I don't think it was his plan ever.
Mm-hmm.
I will say in defense of the Wulfar groove at the start, like, I mean, we were kind of like, oh, is this like more of a desperation move or something? But it did kill a lot of the anti-knight units, or at least weaken them, allowing the army to kill them. And because of that, like, there hasn't been good anti-knight units until, I guess, like, right now. So Derrick is now taking advantage of that and pushed along this side. So I think in the long run that groove actually worked out. It had a goal. And maybe Derrick didn't
killed
even know.
one spear.
It hit two, actually. It hit two spears.
Yeah, it only killed one. The other one healed.
And it also heavily damaged an air trooper, which is the other anti-knight unit.
Yes.
So because of that, the knights have been able to pressure a lot more.
I think Goya could have just rotated like a harpy and a dragon. There were mages. He should have put more army there. I think he kind of abandoned that side, but he didn't win the other side, so he just fell down econ for a few turns.
I think you're both right. I think that was the point of Derrick's play. I didn't like it because it didn't finish off enough anti-knight units. Like, the second I saw that happen, I was like, okay, you're trying to make room for knights, but then it didn't kill enough, and I was like, okay, that's bad. But then Saykoya pulled away some of the units, like Mastro was saying, to the left side that would have defeated the knights, and I'm like, now it's good again? So it was an interesting play that Saykoya maybe didn't respond to correctly and ended up working out.
I guess, yeah.
And now... Oh, is that a... No, that wasn't Skip's build. There is a dog there, okay. Double
like
golem. Yeah, it really does look like the road, doesn't it?
Yeah,
okay, now Saykoya is going in. Okay.
Well, Derrick pulled out now, so Koya can get some free units. And I guess he's up unit count again. Or has been up unit count forever.
Yeah, he's always been up unit count, so...
But he has fallen behind econ, I think. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good hit. Wulfar does not have tier 2, but he's pretty close. But you can't catch that knight, so that's fine. Forest tile's preventing it. So this is actually a really nice spot here, and actually, along with the damage on the army on the right hand side.
The Dharmy!
The Dharmy. Yeah. Like...
The army that killed the dogs too. The Dharmy. Or maybe it was its fate to clear the dog, or its purpose. What does Dharma mean again? Something like that, right? The Dharma.
Yeah. Well, there's now a strong push on this right hand side coming from Saykoya. I would want to see that mage actually kind of stick around over here, but that's fine, whatever. I guess it's protecting stuff from air over in the middle. So yeah, Saykoya now has the opening to go and push. Like these knights retreating allowed for this.
So the game is gonna stabilize into a clear unit count advantage for Saykoya, like a big unit count advantage, and a slight money advantage for Derrick.
Yeah, Derrick's still ahead, but actually, I say still like the double lumber mill is pretty huge actually.
Yeah. Has kept it for a few turns too.
Yeah, I mean if Derrick can just live until the golems hit the front line, because he's gonna get another one next turn too.
I guess, but that's still gonna be like 3 golems against like 1 golem and a dragon. It's like it's not that big of a difference, and the unit count advantage lets you, kill golem and wall and stuff like that. I think unit count is more important. Or
Saykoya needs to take back their corner. It's just hurting them too much. I think all game they've underestimated that they do need to protect it.
This corner is getting flipped back like now, but the question is, has Derrick made like enough money out of it that he can just win through value? And I think the answer is no, and it's no precisely because Derrick has lost so many units, like until now. If
The unit count is not that big a difference. Like it's maybe.
Well, there's also a
-6.
lumber mill included in there as well, so.
Yeah, and the villages. So like when the villages get flipped back, and that 8 sword also dies, it's gonna look worse. And also unit count includes that 1 health mage and the 2 health knight.
That's true.
Or on their last legs.
Yeah, there's a weak sword over here as well.
Yeah, that's the 8 sword I was thinking about. It's gonna die. For sure.
I like this knight build from Saykoya. I was thinking to myself, is Saykoya allergic to knights or something? Because like, Saykoya really needs a knight on that right side, like another one.
Yeah, he had one at some point. Oh, it's the knight that hit the mates now, yeah.
And all Derrick has to do is sacrifice these units to harass Saykoya a little more, and Saykoya can't take back the village or the lumber mill, so Derrick can keep pumping out these golems.
I mean... But he's losing so many units.
You are right. You are right. That's the downside.
Like at some point, your golems become ineffective when you have like no army to support them, because like Saykoya is just gonna kill around the golems, and then it's gonna be like 1 golem against an army and a dragon, and the dragon is gonna get 3 hits because you wall the dragon after it hits the golem.
Well, it's a bit of a race. If RPG Master, aka Derrick, if the blue player can get their golems to the front line and start forcing fights where you can't really bring your entire unit count to the fight, right? Because there's like a 4 or 5 unit surface area. If they can create that situation before their unit count drops too low, I think they can get a good advantage out of it. If they can't, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, it's still playable for Derrick, but I think like Saykoya has the easier position here.
I think the really cool thing about Saykoya's position is this area in the middle where there's multiple pikes. There's an archer, there's a balloon, there's another pike coming in, another pike coming in. All those knights are kind of negated, and your stronghold and your villages will start to get under threat as those pikes start to go to the front lines. So once Saykoya gets their pikes kind of in the middle of the map, it's time to fight. It's time to fight or give up.
Yeah. Okay, where is Wulfar gonna go?
Maybe the right hand side?
I guess. Anywhere else. But yeah, the good thing about those spikes is that like you can't counterattack at all on that knight. So that crippled mage and knight that happened last turn, the units that did that are gonna go completely unpunished. So it was like a good chunk of free value. And value is the thing Saykoya is behind on. If he catches up value, then it's like game over. Up unit count and equal value is just like completely over. Unsalvageable.
Wonder if we're gonna see another tier 1 this turn. from the twins.
Ooh, they could get it. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
against
personally,
it.
I'd wait for the golems, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
although
wait for
like
the decisive fight at this point. Golems or no golems, when you think it's gonna end the game.
you got to remember, with that many pikes, tier 2 is really good.
Yeah.
yeah, although golems will just kind of smash them. So
No,
Oh, there is
they're
a weak
standing in
too.
fire now.
oh, but you can just one shot them. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, breaking the village.
If a
Okay.
golem kills a pike but loses 20% of its health, you did 1 unit count and 50 gold worth of damage. So you're still winning, but it's a lot worse.
Definitely not to lose your CO there.
Oh no, wait, it's even more because it's 1/5, not 1/6. So,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah, it is like 250.
There needs to be coverage on the twins here.
Yeah.
Is there actually anything that can? Oh, I guess like pikes could potentially balloon over and cover it.
You know, RPG Master's like, oh my goodness, did I just win? Let me calc the lethal real quick.
Well, I mean, you need to wait for the end of Saykoya's then. Like, he needs to not forget his CO.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that sword is hard to kill.
But not impossible.
I think they're both like really difficult to kill, so yeah, twins is pretty safe here.
Yeah,
If I'm
I
alright,
don't
so
see
I know
it.
we were talking about like trading units earlier, but I think like trading the mage for the balloon at this point would be a good play. Like Saykoya has a lot of anti-air.
Has he? How many mages does he have?
He's got 2. He's got like harpies, I guess, but yeah, he's only got 2 mages, 3 harpies.
There's a mage on the other side.
Yeah. Oh,
He
actually, there's one
needs
here.
a-
So
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd rate it. If you had like one more mage, maybe.
I mean, it just shuts down Wulfar's mobility, and you can just pressure the left-hand side. But maybe that's just me.
Yes. I mean, it's not like bad, but like I'm wondering if I'd do it, and I think I wouldn't.
I don't think Saykoya will do it. Yeah, no.
Saykoya will certainly not do it.
No,
He
is.
never does it.
Yeah,
he
Saykoya
does stuff
never
like-
sacks the mage. Saykoya likes keeping their mages.
Yeah. I mean, Saykoya is happy when you do that to him. It's like, even when it's good to do it to him because he's getting so much value out of the balloon. He's like, oh, my balloon got even more value. It got a mage. I told you guys this game would go the distance, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, we're only like an hour in, so
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
players
yeah.
are. It's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna end immediately. Like somebody could get lethal, but it doesn't look like somebody's winning completely.
that
I
is
think
very true.
Saykoya is ahead. I think Saykoya will win, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Okay. Actually, this sword could get cleared potentially.
Oh, how?
X plus night hit, I think will do it.
Oh, really?
95
thought this-
average.
Oh, I guess yeah. That sounds like enough, right?
Plains defense cut down slightly. Oh, actually, I'm not sure.
Wait. I mean, I can't do math right now. But like, whatever. Like,
That's actually kind of throwing me. Like, I am not sure if the knight plus hex would do it. Obviously, hex first, but. And like, there's actually a sword on the commander suicide.
There's no suicide if you're hexing first, unless you're giving up.
Well,
hex
you
on the
just throw the
commander.
sword in first.
Yeah, that's true. So you're thinking sword moves to the right, sack, hex, knight kills sword, if that's possible. Then you got like Major Harpy or something hits from the left after. Wulfar grooves the 2 knight, boom, boom. I don't know. Is that enough damage?
Wait, I think it maybe doesn't even kill though. The sword, I mean, right?
Oh, actually, yeah, because the knight would just die if it starts on the road. So you would just like hit it twice and.
Oh, knight won't clear sword. The knight won't clear the sword.
Yeah, knight won't clear, so it's not enough.
Okay. Was it like 89?
It does like what, 86 or something? Or
Good
wait,
rule of thumb is a witch hex removes 1 layer of terrain. It's not exact, but it's a good rule of thumb.
Well, that doesn't quite work because the knight would do.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would survive with 5. And I think it does 86 in actuality after hex, which would leave it with 4. So it's actually leave it. Yeah, leave it.
It's not mathematically accurate.
Yeah. But the rule of thumb was like kind of okay this time. Is there no maids? Yeah, the maids walked back a bit too far, maybe. And now the wits and the harp get to kind of walk there. I mean, do they?
Archer punishes.
Archer plus harpy plus groove kills the harpy for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do all of that. And Saykoya is going to groove from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the groove is gonna hit everything too. I mean, groove from where you are on that forest, it hits like everything. Unless, wait, is he getting tier 2? If he's getting tier 2, he might want to groove close to his army. Or kill Wulfar. That's... Nah, it's not dangerous for Wulfar.
Okay, question for you. If you, I know Sneaky's answer. Do you build a second witch if you're in Derrick's position?
No. Not yet. I'd rather build like one more maids maybe. Because it heals my golems too. And it's a more absolute defense against dragon because witch can get like defended by another witch in multiple ways.
I'm just thinking lethals here.
I think for most lethals, one witch is enough. I would build a witch if I was Saykoya. If I were Saykoya.
They go double mage. Is Wulfar dead? I don't think Wulfar's dead. Is Wulfar dead?
I
don't
briefly considered it, but I don't think
he is, but oh, there's an archer in range
There's
actually.
so much damage on Wulfar. So much.
the archer? I didn't notice the archer.
Yeah, the archer is in range as well.
Okay, now you need to actually think about this. Do you have a suicide? Sword on Flagstone, I guess. Or wait, will the
Dog isn't in range.
pike create suicide? Actually?
Well, this pike can't reach, so.
Well, not this pike. The pike crit. If it's the first attack, will it suicide? Pike crit.
What pike crit suicide? There's no pike crit suicide. Where do you see that?
Well, no, I'm saying like the full pike. Does it go to 20? No, there's no way it goes to 20, right? No. It deals too much damage and takes too little.
Yeah, no, the only suicide is the dog. No, the dog can't even reach.
Yeah, this dog can't reach. So there's no suicides. Wulfar is defended on both sides.
The sword, I guess, would probably suicide.
Well,
With
I mean,
groove,
like, Harpy plus whatever you want. Clear the knight. Dragon strikes, that's 30 damage from the right. If you haven't used the knight to clear the knight, which I don't think you have to, you've got knight. So that's 60 damage. Twins, 40 damage. Archer, another 10.
So
I
if
guess it's not enough?
sword suicide might make it enough. Like you hit
Oh,
the
there's
sword.
no sword that can suicide, though.
Oh,
there's one. Yeah, there's no sword that can suicide because it's Flagstone.
Does it leave with more than 20 HP?
Well,
That's a good question.
Would you rather
That's
throw
a good
fire down
question.
on Wulfar or get one sword suicide?
No, you throw down fire on Wulfar and it hits your own sword too.
Yeah, Mastro is saying the sword attacks first and then you use fire.
Yeah.
No, sword won't suicide from a flagstone tile, so.
No, but wait, I'm actually gonna calculate. Give me a second.
Yeah, Mastro, I think that could work. I think that could work. I don't know if it would be lethal though. There's
Is Wulfar on planes?
Yes.
Wulfar's on planes, yeah.
Okay, sword suicides. It does 14 damage, and then
The,
it's
the
left
sword would be
with-
on flagstone. You have to take that in.
Yes, I
consideration.
did. Yeah, it will be
Yeah.
left with 17 health, and then it will suicide. It
That's
will die
cool.
to your own groove,
Yeah.
unless you've made it tier 2 by then. Have
Oh,
you made
right.
tier
So you hit with the sword and then throw it far down. Oh,
Yeah,
I get
but
what
you need
mean
to
now.
kill the mates. Wait, how close is he to tier 2? Hasn't gotten it, and he has killed stuff, so he
Okay,
could have done that.
We're just gonna see fire get thrown
Let me
down.
actually calc the full lethal then. I'll actually calc the full lethal. So
Oh,
that's
wait.
14 damage. 14 damage and another 20 damage.
Okay, Archer's not going for Wulfar, so we're just gonna see a bunch of army damage coming here. We see the
Yeah, so
sword.
if we had Knight, Dragon, Twins Groove, Sword, Sack, and Archer, I still don't think it would have killed.
I'm calculating it. Give me a second.
I think actually the one thing I do think is that the sword should have moved before the twins. Oh no, the twins were on that tile, weren't they? Oh,
Wouldn't have killed. Yeah, no, Wulfar would live. Do the calc, but just based on what I'm doing in my head, I think Wulfar lives with like 2 health or something.
Your head is really, really strong. I think he lives with like 1 or 2. Let me actually do the full calc. But because you might gain a bit of damage from rounding, you might get the last damage you need from rounding, and it might be exactly lethal, or he lives with 1. But your head calc is like kind of crazy, actually. Lol.
I like lethals.
Oh, look at that unit count difference. 47 to 36 right now. And obviously, I think the orb counts as 1 unit, but that's not really that important. And yeah, Saykoya doesn't have to go for lethal at this point. They can
Oh, he
just-
actually barely dies. There was lethal.
He
Barely.
dies? Really?
Yeah, he dies. He dies. It's like, not exactly. He dies with +1. It's like 1-on-1 damage.
Oh, I gotta do the math now. All right, hold. Sword is 14.
Yeah.
Then you do. You don't have to clear yet, but you should.
Groove for 20.
Groove,
for
yeah,
20.
yeah. So then you're down. You've done 34 damage,
Yes.
right? So commander's at
66. 66. So Knight is 28. And Knight and Dragon are both 28, but the one that hits next is 29. And Archer is gonna be like 9 or 10, doesn't matter, whatever. It depends on rounding. I did like Knight, then Archer rounds up to 10, then Knight again rounds up to 29. And it
Wow.
Oh, so it barely kills. Okay.
But Saykoya would have never gone for it. Like, he never calcs those super complex lethals.
I mean, I hadn't even
believe you, but I'm
considered.
gonna finish doing the math just because if I was off by like 3 in my head count, yeah, according to
Wait,
you, I'm off by 3.
Theo isn't planes, right?
Yeah, planes.
Yeah, and the Knight is also on planes, right? The Knight next to it?
The
Knight
knight
next-
wouldn't die, but
No,
yeah.
no, wait. You need to kill the Knight too. You need to kill it with Harpy plus mates, right? Wait, can you do that? You can do it
Ooh.
for sure.
Hold on.
How much is Harpy on Knight? It's like a lot.
Oh, okay.
Is this the surrender? Are we looking at a surrender?
Maybe I didn't go
Oh,
for the
this
commander
is
at all.
dead.
Oh,
Or was
gets
that
the-
just to kill the dragon?
just gets the dragon. Hits the archer as well.
It looks like Wulfar dies, no?
No,
Actually-
you can make this safe.
No, actually, yeah, Golem just... Right, I'm just fine. It's fine, I guess. I heard this is the surrender while I was alt-tabbed and calking, and I see Wulfar just alone, but he hasn't moved his army, so he can cover just fine. It's
I mean, I thought that was a surrender. I still don't know what that groove was meant to do.
Did he kill a dragon? Is that how the dragon died?
Yeah, it
You
killed.
killed the dragon, but you're gonna lose a witch, and you dumped your groove.
Yeah, it
I
really hurt.
guess.
It hurt the archer pretty badly, and this knight really badly too. So
That's true, and the archer's going to take fire damage, and the knight is gonna die to the fire.
oh yeah, actually that's a good point.
Well, but Golem and Wulfar are getting tagged by it too. And you might need to get other units hit by it.
Yeah, but actually nothing clears this golem.
I guess, but it takes way too much damage.
Yeah, but he's gained all of this territory on the bottom right. That actually, I think, worked out really quite well.
I guess that's a lot. But Saykoya against the...
Yeah, the golem's not gonna die. Like, nothing can clear this golem. Like, the dragon was the thing that was, like, the big threat over here.
Saykoya needs to build another dragon now, I guess. Because his dragon was dealing with those golems, and now it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually, getting that dragon was a lot of tempo.
yeah, it's funny, though, because, like, the dragon barely has done anything. It's just kind of sat back and zoned all game. But it's
It's
been
gonna
very
be super
passive.
useful the
Yeah.
next few turns.
Derrick's got this really nice invasion on the right side. All those villages could start falling.
But he has nothing on the left, so Saykoya's knight can pick up a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Gonna
can clear
start-
that village, and that mage can capture as well.
Anyway, let's start thinking about strategy again after our brain was stuck on lethals for like 10
all
minutes.
this. I mean, we're talking about, you know, that knight can go up on the
Now,
left.
he
but
also
look
has
at all
20
this.
minutes on
Yeah.
his clock. I think he has a lot more now. I think it took long to play this turn. Or to him. remember
23, so it's not that far ahead.
Oh, only 3.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, Archer took a lot of damage. Knight died. Wulfar is actually already a fair bit of his way to tier 1 again, so...
Koya is getting punished for not getting like much value from his grooves, I fear. He keeps spamming tier 1 without really getting what tier 1 can get. Wow, creating the golem instead of flipping the other vill. I think you flipped the other vill.
Maybe he just wants to push up on this side up here.
I guess there are no units to hit that knight other than the golem itself, which would like die to CO then. So yeah, there's nothing. This is lack of unit count. Yeah, this golem can get hit by a knight just fine. No, Koya is right. She's exploiting the lack of unit count on that side.
Yeah, Balloon could even just like transport some stuff up here.
You don't even need to actually.
Yeah. Do.
But also it feels like without that knight, basically those far off villages on the top left are now Saykoya's territory, right? They should belong to him, but they don't, and he has nothing able to flip them like soon as. So maybe I would have gone for the knight flipping the villa anyway. But I guess the knight is more like
Slowing the
threatening
golem
mates.
down that much is like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because does it even kill dogs now?
Probably doesn't. With a mage,
Doesn't matter if it does, it dies if it tries.
yeah, you
True.
wouldn't kill a dog with your like. Ooh, Twins is going back. That's
Yeah, I mean, it's more less that I think he will go for it, but it's more just I'm expressing how weak the golem is now that it can't even kill a dog if it wanted to.
Yep, yeah, that's fair.
And I guess he has 2 new knights that can go for the villages. But that might be a bit slow for the econ. I'm having trouble with this. And he is also spending quite a bit of time.
This is unlike Saykoya. We're really thinking about this turn.
Thinking about the builds, I guess, because he's basically played off his move.
Something I'm curious about. I wonder if they're gonna play a game 2 after this.
Yeah,
I don't think they are.
Yeah, this has gone quite long. Like an hour and a half in at this point, give or take.
Yeah.
incidentally, just a little bit of fun trivia here. I have been trying to boil some pasta this entire game, but I can't walk away for long enough. And when I do, the pot's almost out of water, so I have to add more water. It has to get boiling again. I come back, sit down, start narrating. Repeat that. I've emptied the pot almost twice. If it ever runs out of water completely, I'm going to damage my pot, but as long as I can keep filling it up, it's okay.
It's got to get a twins groove underneath it, you know? Yeah, just call Saykoya and just be like, yo, you like spamming tier 1. And come cook my dinner for me.
Yeah.
How does that work? Oh yeah, you're right. It's basically the twins groove: fire and water, fire and
Yeah.
water.
I mean, he never uses water though.
Do you think if you threw
But you got
pasta
your own.
into twins tier 2, it would create cooked pasta?
I mean, it's cooling water. It'll probably be cold, right?
Oh, but it's also
Or-
fire.
I know, right? Almost as if it doesn't make sense, and it's a fantasy world.
You need the tier 2 groove. The tier 2 groove, I think, could cook
Yeah.
pasta.
Tier 2.
Yeah, so you got the golem to retreat, but are you actually getting anything out of it, like, immediately? No.
Mage had to dump a heal that was not efficient.
Did it have to dump a heal, or did he feel like dumping a heal? I think you don't heal there.
I think it's like Barrett was saying, you wanted to be able to kill a dog at least.
I guess if you heal it now, you can heal it again next turn before it attacks and gets a full attack. So
Yeah.
I like this positioning actually. There isn't too
what's
much.
unit count at?
Let's see. Oh, it's actually a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, because you slipped
Obviously-
more properties.
Although no, like there was a good 10 unit count difference earlier, and there it's far less than that.
Derrick has been doing an amazing job of staying in this game. Like, they just will not let Saykoya kind of scare them out of taking villages.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate amount of damage for the archer to do. Like the sword can almost one-shot it now.
I expected Koya to have a slightly bigger lead, both on the board and on the clock.
I think that last Wulfar groove actually like really paid off. Like
I think it's mostly the twins groove not being that good ever. But yeah, the last Wulfar groove did make value because the golem. Did the golem just get a free kill that turn? I think it did.
yeah, this
Like
one
this
got
time.
this one got a nice kill. And...
And
Yeah,
we'll-
Derrick's army is just much better positioned for flipping villages as well. It's helped a ton.
I don't know about this. Saykoya looks to be in maybe a little bit of trouble here. Because they're backing up again, their timer's going. Looks
Well-
like they're baiting an attack almost. Like they want Derrick to attack them.
I don't think you're gonna attack into this. I think Derrick is gonna be forced to retreat a bit, and Saykoya says, I'm gonna take back what you've taken from me faster than you're gonna take back what I've taken from you because you have no units on that side. And I have units everywhere because I have more units. I think that's what he's saying.
You know, Saykoya needs to say it a little bit faster. Is it just me, or
Does
did
he?
their clock actually dip below Derrick's?
I think it's around the same. But
They are getting closer to each other.
Derrick is to play now, so... So I think like Saykoya's clock falls to around Derrick's every time, and Derrick falls further below on his turn. Yeah, it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah, so Derrick's just a little bit behind, but not massively.
Let's say around one turn of timer behind, but they're both playing really quickly. Like it's almost turn 20, and they have plenty of time.
But what's interesting is Derrick was actually behind turn by turn. So Derrick's been playing faster and faster and faster, and Saykoya hasn't. If Derrick can
it's-
keep up the speed and overtake Saykoya, Saykoya will be the one pressed for time.
I don't think this is gonna happen. Derrick was only like 3 minutes behind at the worst, and like I think he's gonna fall behind again soon. I think this is a challenging position for Derrick to play. He can't mindlessly advance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to kind of retreat. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I like that. Though I don't think the sword can knock it again after
Um,
regen, so the dog came to help.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
perfect.
I think one of those dogs from earlier that's now in the balloon, I think one of those could have stayed and just hit the village. It was like a slight misplay, but I mean, there's so much time pressure at this point that it's very difficult.
Yeah, Derrick really wants to get ahead of Saykoya on time. If Derrick can get ahead on time and force Saykoya to start being the one, like, kind of initiating, they could get lethal. They could win on time. There's like just Derrick really needs to get the time pressure on their side. So where the heck does Derrick practice? Like, I've never seen Derrick in quick play. I've never seen him in like the ranked queue.
I've seen him in quick play once. I didn't actually play the game because like I got the game on actual ranked at the very same moment, and the quick play map was the weird one with portals, which I think is also like TA. So I'm like, sorry, I'm dodging this one, and I want to play the ranked mods instead. But he does play quick play, I guess. Unless that was literally the one and only time he played. that wouldn't make much sense. Usually people who play quick play played quite a bit.
Saykoya managed to flip the village there, evening out the economy once again.
Yeah, this has actually been brought very even, and the golems have been able to remain in the game for quite some time.
I hate this.
Using the dogs to hit the golem there, that's trading unit count for damage. Well, maybe not. I don't think those dogs can get finished off.
I guess you get your own army to support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it doesn't look as horrible.
Yeah, the only thing that can hit those dogs is like the knight and the golem. So if you bring all your heavy hitting units up behind this, then yeah, like those dogs actually not the best value in the world, but I think it's okay actually. If you have enough to support us, especially with like an archer nearby too. But you know, something
like can't advance on the bottom.
Something has to happen about like the golem count, because 3 golems is really difficult to fight into, especially when you've lost one dragon. Sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, golem is pretty good.
Yes.
I didn't think this was a golem map, but like, it feels so oppressive when you're behind on golem count, even on like maps where golems aren't.
I mean, it comes down to, you know, Derrick made that play earlier that allowed them to take both lumber mills for a while, which let them freely build golems in an instance where like that wouldn't have been the case, right? Having both lumber mills was what allowed Derrick to build up this golem count. And you know, he just lived long enough for the golems to then be backed up by more units. So it's all connected.
In fact, Saykoya's entire army is connected.
Oh, if only there was a pistol. Imagine a pistol groove hitting all of that.
And you only need to use like 2 units, and then you groove from the village where you're at.
Yeah.
You sack like.
Yeah, you just throw your 2 dogs in front or something.
Yeah. And you deal funny damage.
Derrick is still taking villages in Saykoya's corner. That's the thing. Saykoya's supposedly winning, but Derrick has been able to execute deeper attacks. It's like Saykoya has just been a little bit more cautious to get that little bit extra minute on the clock each turn.
I don't think Saykoya is winning anymore. I mean, I'm not sure. I think he's gonna win, but I don't think he's winning on the board at this moment.
Whoever's up on time is winning.
Yes, probably. That said, that might be that close that it could be like a sudden death moment.
And we could go into sudden death.
So the annoying
thing... got too many army units to play.
The annoying thing about sudden death, though, is that I guess we're going to have to like manually keep track of it, because normally we would have a replay system that would help us with that. But we don't have that in Wargroove 2, so I actually am not sure how this is going to play out.
I mean, we can review the replay later.
That's true.
But we need to do it right now, actually, in case they want to play a game too soon, or soon-ish.
Well, I mean, we're both streaming this. We've got tons of footage, so.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, as long as we're opening up like the overlay at the end of each turn, I think. And
Yeah.
the start of each turn.
Well, you don't need to do it right now. Not yet.
Oh, otherwise you have to like review a replay that you have to play through again. And that takes a
No,
long
I'm
time.
saying like they still have a bit of time left. But when they approach like 5 minutes, you need to
Yeah.
stop probably.
The thing is, sudden death is gonna favor RPG Master.
Well, right now. But like in 5 minutes, I think Saykoya is gonna show you speed. Well, I keep saying that for the whole game. I thought Saykoya would have already shown his speed by now.
What was my ridiculous, I just made it up out of nothing prediction? Saykoya would win the first game and Derrick would take the next two.
Yeah. That
We'll
looks
see if it
pretty
ends up being
reasonable
right.
now. It looks more reasonable now, actually. Well, no, Saykoya is gonna win the next games because I'm gonna DM him and tell him, don't play twins, just play Vesper. See how I'm gonna, game the system, make your prediction fail?
Yeah, honestly, I think Saykoya's first Twins groove was cool,
Thank
but the
you.
next few Twins grooves looked like someone just playing Twins for the first time. I'm not saying they were wrong, or I wouldn't have done the same, but I think Saykoya has better mastery of other commanders than Twins.
Yeah, looks like a fight's gonna start. Some kind of fight.
I guess they're just feeling the pressure, right? We got a witch coming out. This is like the very late game. I want to just end this, right? You start building witches because you're like, I just want to lethal my opponent's army. And I guess if your opponent's golem count is that high, like Hex suddenly becomes very gold efficient.
Yeah.
And actually very army
As long as
efficient
you
too.
don't
Because like
lose your wits.
if every time you chip a golem, that's like another type of unit it can't kill.
I guess. And also it helps it fully kill it with... Wait, does Dragon like one-tap the golem from... Like how much is Dragon on golem?
on
Dragon
golem-
does not one-shot golem.
No, dragon
No,
on
I
golem
mean-
is 70, so
Oh, so unless it's on bridge, it won't kill it even with fire plus hex.
It's
Barrett.
actually really weird. Hitting a golem with a dragon can be bad because you lose the dragon, and then the golem is in crit range, and it just goes, lol, I'm a golem.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
thinking like you want indirect damage such that the dragon can kill the golem. Maybe with the archer it's gonna be enough.
Archer, yeah, Archer
Ooh.
would be the tipping point. Because, yeah, Dragon on... A Golem on planes takes 63 from a Golem. Which is actually, like, basically the health range you want the Golem to be in. But we're going to see, like, a massive fight this turn, I think. Unless
Okay,
Derrick
Saykoya
is, like,
has 14 minutes.
Derrick is
Yes.
13 and a bit. Okay.
Yeah, he's exactly 1 minute below. But his turn just started. So
and
yeah.
this is going to force a lot of, like, thinking this turn. Especially if Derrick wants to fight. Yeah, this is going to be a longer...
It's such a small time advantage.
Whoa,
In this situation.
Derek's going in.
I mean,
That dog move is a big commitment. You're basically saying, I'm not going to try to lethal you.
there was no lethal here. There's no way there was a lethal.
No, I think it's all about army damage right now. And
I wouldn't say there was no lethal. There was a
Fine.
knight that could have crit and a Wulfar tier 2. I wouldn't say there was no lethal.
Oh,
I
didn't see
think
the
there
knight
was a
crit.
lethal, but we'll save that for later because it didn't happen.
I didn't see the night crit at all. Okay, I'm sorry, there might have been a lethal. I completely missed the night. Wulfar's huge chest hammer
oh, there's
thing.
still a night crit.
Mm,
You have to
I
clear a
mean-
lot of stuff, but there is still a night crit.
Yeah, not really. Like, technically.
Good dog.
Good dog.
Something
Good
else.
pig,
is gonna
actually.
Have to... Oh, yeah, that's true.
Do you want a tier 2 soonish, like, now? But, like, what do you tier 2?
195. I mean,
Oh, you don't have it
like a
yet.
mage just runs up and hits something, right?
What did you groove? Oh, that works too.
Yep, that also works.
And you're
I
gonna
feel like
groove
Derek
now?
got baited.
I feel like Derek has like 12 seconds. 12, not 12 seconds. 12 minutes on his clock. Like
This is
he's gonna.
hurting them on time. Saykoya has a very straightforward counterattack.
Okay.
Well, but what could Derek have done?
Oh, I guess you could just
Ooh,
wipe out a lot of
Archer
the back
dies.
line. That also
And
works.
mages take a lot of damage. But Derek doesn't have like a dragon or something. Or multiple harpies. So he can't really capitalize on the damage the mages, I don't think.
Yeah, this is winning for Saykoya. Saykoya has to do.
Does he have groove? He gets it. for sure.
73. Yeah, he'll get it on the counter attack.
I guess he'll get it on the end of his turn and then just pop it. It's fine. Or he can like keep it and then pop it at the start of his next turn. That's fine too.
The one good thing this does for Derek is Derek is up on economy if this goes to sudden death. But they're down on time, so Saykoya doesn't have to let it get to sudden death.
I think it's not gonna go to sudden death anymore, yeah. The fight will actually be too big. They're both gonna waste a lot of time on it. And Derek is gonna waste more time on it.
Well, we've seen fights that are so big they exhaust both armies, and then there's a village scramble. Like that could happen.
I guess. I think the fight won't end though, right? I think the fight will just end the clocks. No, actually the fight will end.
Okay.
Ooh, but that golem is on bridge, so it doesn't need the archer to get killed by the dragon from one tile.
Yeah.
The bridge doesn't crit.
No,
but
but like
Fire
it
plus
has no
hex.
defense.
Yeah, fire
That's true.
and hex.
Yeah,
will
fire
do
hex
it.
dragon. Yeah. And the conga line begins.
Yep. Here comes the damage. Oh. Yeah, and this
The
is
bike
where spears love, right? They love to be in. I'm just gonna crit and crit and crit, and I'll blow your house down.
Oh, that's going to be in the history books, Barrett. I think we're going to be quoting you from now until the end of time.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty good too. 99%. Oh, I mean, just throw a sword at a building or something. All right, there we go.
All right, Saykoya, don't walk into lethal when you do this.
Yeah, where do you actually put it? It's kind of hard.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot of good spaces for this fire groove.
Oh, but you really like that Wulfar has already used his own groove, so it's like.
Oh yeah.
I probably don't die if I'm careful with this. You can still die if you aren't careful, but that's like always been the case. Ooh, doing other moves to think about groove later, I guess. It's hard to play Twin's groove.
Scorching fire.
Okay.
Ooh.
They're going
That
quite
is
deep.
a spicy place to stand, Saykoya.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's hard to place Twin's groove because if you put it at max range, it just doesn't hit your CO. But that means that if you want your CO to be covered by army, well, you have to put. Okay, that's fair. You had to put army where the enemy can hit it. But Saykoya is fine with that, I guess, because he's gonna kill a bunch of stuff. That's huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just hacks for safety here.
Is it more safe or less safe? You hack?
I was thinking that. That's the thing with Hex.
There's actually a lot of stuff here that would suicide anyway, so
So I think if you're Derek, you go for the lethal here. And I think if you're Saykoya, you just put stuff. Yep, you put the balloon there to stop it. I would have put like a maze in the balloon too. Like, what's he gonna do? Okay, you kill my maze, whatever. The attack is winning anyway. Like, I would have put the pike on the other side of the balloon and a maze where the pike is right now.
okay.
Just
Well, here's the question:
more
is
blow.
there lethal? And
Or actually, no, Saykoya. What Saykoya did is better. Actually, because maybe the balloon can get cleared on its own. Yeah, by a maze heal on a maze. No, I think Saykoya is safe.
If there's lethal, I don't think it's one that will be calculated in time.
I mean, you can just start throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
There's just too many units from Saykoya and like too few units from Derrick. I think Saykoya actually won army at this point. This was a very, very strong attack. Better than what I could have seen with that clock for sure. I would have gone for the kill on the golem. I would have lost my dragon.
Balloon dies.
Unless you can cover it. Can you cover the dragon there? I guess the dragon dies where it's at too.
Well, it wouldn't die for free where it's standing.
Yeah, your witch is gonna die too. Well, it couldn't die for free on the center of the map too. Because you attack with more armies there. But I would have killed less army doing that.
That's a lot of
The way
units
he
to
did it.
kill the fire.
Yeah, it did. Was it even worth it?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if like, you know, you spend what, 4 or 5 units there to just kill the fire? That is...
Well, you want to kill the dragon though. And I don't see another way of getting the dragon.
Yeah.
But do you want to kill the dragon actually? You lose your wits anyway. Now you're gonna lose like all of those units.
There's a flagstone.
Everything dies.
Can't kill
now.
it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
I missed it. Did Derrick also miss that, or did he want to go for something else?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
I just
I mean,
feel
he can
pain
tell us.
and regret.
It doesn't clear Pikes on planes anymore because of the nerf.
Oh, I hate that. I think that should have cleared.
I don't understand that nerf. Why did Pikes need to be nerfed?
Buffed, you mean? Pikes got buffed by this.
Oh yeah,
No, Derrick
mages got
RPG, they're
nerfed.
keeping that village lead. They have an eye on sudden death. They're like, we're going to sudden death, I'm going to win.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, this is not going to sudden death anymore. Saykoya can win this on autopilot.
It
Probably might
could. This could go to sudden death.
Dragon didn't die. Golem is dead.
Look at what Derrick is doing on the top. These knights are going to start running over the villages on the left and threatening the HQ, forcing Saykoya to back up. Derrick is not going to lose the game before sudden death.
I disagree. I think Derrick is gonna lose the game.
It really just comes down to how much army damage can be done here. And I think the answer to that is a lot.
A lot is correct.
This is exciting.
Oh, Pike can even go from behind, and then the other Pike can come through.
Yeah, there's a lot of pikes
Oh.
that can do stuff here.
I really like Pike root from behind. Well, does it kill without a hex? It will kill with a hex, right? Okay,
Yeah.
starting with Seal, that's fine.
Yeah, they're not gonna have fire this turn, so makes sense. And I don't think Wulfar's threatening. Tier 1, I guess, but like that's really it.
I guess starting with Seal means your whole army is gonna come in and block there.
That's interesting.
Ooh.
Saykoya went for the knight and not the golem.
And there's a flagstone, so
Now you can't kill the golem though.
although actually there's that thing of like if you kill everything around the golem, like you know what's the golem gonna do?
That's true, yeah.
But I think you could have killed like what you killed and the golem. But that would have taken more time, and Saykoya also wants to be up time just in case, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so time is very important now because Saykoya is losing on economy. You know, there's no guarantee they can get it back in time.
I wonder if you just like start really caring about flipping villages and stuff like that. The dog?
I
Does
think
that
it
kill
just
the
killed
sword
the
now?
army. It should.
Well,
or-
this it will now.
No. Well,
Oh,
it
it's
wants
the
to just
mage?
walk the maze. That's fair.
I guess you hit the
Nice.
enemy witch? Yeah. Go for the big
Ooh.
damage.
So the dragon actually doesn't die.
It could, but it would take a lot to kill it. Like you would be sacking full health mage and witch, I think.
Pikes! Ooh, I'm not sure about pikes. I think
Uh
it's a bit late.
oh, I
Well-
think this pike is more just if the golem tries to run down, you just have the pike run up and defend.
I guess. I guess that does make sense.
And this pike can get in the balloon along with the archer.
Oh yeah, this pike is fine. But like 2 pikes looked.
I guess he just didn't have anything else to buy. And like
They didn't have money, I guess.
pikes can kind of deal with weak golems, so, or at least wall against a golem like this. This isn't gonna one-shot a pike anymore, so. Okay, yeah, they're both just gonna spam mage heals and try and play for time. Do you think Derrick is greedy and tries to get another tier 2 out?
I mean, does he have the army to charge it? He can get a tier 1.
I don't think it's a question of greed at this point. I think you're in a losing position, and you need to do whatever you think might win, even if it's ridiculous.
So turns out Derrick should just not have fought this. Wow. Saykoya just kept doing bad tier 1s, and then the final tier 1 was actually amazing. Just killed the army. It's too much. Ooh! Kills Golem. But he dies if he does that. He's gonna super die if he kills Golem. But
I think Derrick's
like...
attack would have been good against most players, but not Saykoya. Saykoya is too good at that late game fight.
I mean, I think I would have... Oh no, I would have timed out.
Yes, you would have timed out. Really nice Wulfar golf there.
I would have been timing out around this turn. Yeah, but he's dead here.
Wulfar might be dead, but it was a really good groove.
Oh wait, no, he isn't. He might survive this actually.
Yeah, there's no hex anymore.
Oh no, I thought the mage would have died to the knight, and then you could have covered that side with something.
That's
But that is
actually,
an
that's the
open...
flagstone tile. That's gonna be difficult to suicide from.
I mean, low health units can suicide just fine though. Like the
Yeah.
7 dog can suicide probably. And the mage with no health probably suicides too.
I guess if you're
pike is
Saykoya,
fine.
do you try and go? Oh, actually, this twins groove.
Oh, he gets it?
Yeah,
Does he get it again?
96. He just
Oh, no.
anything needs to hit anything at this point, and it'll get groove.
Oh,
That'll
no.
kill the witch. It's at exactly 20.
Oh,
I mean, oh, but his own wits died. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't go for it. Or wait, he does go for it. He's gonna open the other side too. I thought he was gonna kill the golem with the dragon, but no, he's gonna open up the top side of Wulfar.
Oh
This is
yeah,
lethal.
because yeah, mage will reach the kill balloon. So
This is lethal, right? There's no way this isn't lethal.
I think you
I
have
don't think
to
it matters
make
if
it.
it's lethal or not.
I mean, oh,
I think
there's
you might as well end the game.
you got I guess like dog suicides.
Oh, did he heal it? And he might have healed it too much. Now it doesn't suicide.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I think he's going for it.
Oh wait, he's no. I'm just.
He's just gonna
Oh,
fight
he's
the
just
army.
going for army actually.
Okay.
Yeah, your dog doesn't suicide anymore, so I don't
I
think
think
he has a
Saykoya
choice.
started calcing the lethal and was like, nah, I'm gonna attack.
Or he might have never got the lethal, and maybe the lethal was just our idea. I mean, could be. Wait, can the dragon ever be cleared? Because
42. Okay, that's fine.
42. Oh, that's nice.
Dragon can get hit, but I don't think it dies. No, it doesn't die.
Wulfar would need groove.
So is he gonna trade his mates for the balloon? I think now you do it. I think now you trade mates for the balloon.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I take it back. The dragon can be cleared. It's really awkward and expensive to do though.
Oh right,
Multiple
yeah.
heals.
There's like another mage that could get healed.
Or wait, the single heal is enough. Yeah.
It's a weird series of events, but you bring the newly built mage down.
Oh, there is a newly built mage. Oh, I guess it heals the 8 mages. Oh, but no, you just no the
You'd
7
also
mage.
need a heal on the 9 mage to sack into the dragon.
Did you? Don't you just heal the 1 mage? The 1 mage and the full mage should kill it, right?
Yeah.
So just one heal. You just need one heal. Right?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Well, whatever.
This might kill. Yeah, this could kill the dragon. Maybe. Oh no! Actually,
So
no. That's only going to heal one of the mages.
Well, I guess the one mage could attack from on top.
That also needs healed.
okay.
Which you could do. I mean, if you're trying to go for a lethal this turn, which doesn't seem
Oh, he
to be the
didn't.
case.
I think he had lethal. He had lethal, I think.
I think he did actually. Yeah. Maybe. It's actually really
No.
difficult to tell.
It won't happen now. That
Neither
mage
player,
has to
neither
try.
player's like, I want to go for a lethal. They're just gonna continue battering each other's armies.
They
I
don't
think-
have enough time to calc it.
Yeah.
No, he
Um,
has 5 minutes. 5 minutes are enough to calculate lethal, not enough to play the rest of the game if there's no lethal.
But that's the problem. Like, do you want to all in on the chance that there's a lethal here?
I don't think he. Well, what's Saykoya's timer at? I think it's just up timer now, right? I don't think it's down timer anyway. And I think when Derrick is huddled like that to protect HQ, Saykoya could also just go ahead and villages
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess
Sakura
we're
could just
fine.
target villages there.
for a while, but he can keep threat on HQ. So Derrick can't leave and then flip
Yeah.
those villages at the last second. Villages are super easy to flip in Wargroove, which is why the sudden death would make sense here. I don't think it makes so much sense in Advance Wars because you could have like a big advantage, but the other guy flipped villages like at the last second, and now you don't have the time to flip them back. Not villages, cities there. But in Wargroove, I think it makes more sense because if you have a real advantage, you can flip them back almost immediately in most positions. It's still not an ideal rule. Ideally, you just want every game to end like naturally.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
love
meant to be a
sudden
last resort thing. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Saykoya is literally marching through the fire. Like, look at these pikes. We are standing in the flames. Oh no, I need to check my pasta.
Past the moment.
I think Sakura needs to hit villages at this point.
Oh,
I
it's
mean, I
not
wonder if they're
actually-
even thinking sudden death.
Well, now they're thinking sudden death. Twins are gonna go in a balloon, right? And just go somewhere.
I wonder if this bottom right spear. Oh no, it's going up this way. Okay, is it going to come and reinforce?
How many fires has it been? Like 5?
Something like that. There's been a lot of grooves. I wish we had the replay chart that had like all of the details on it.
Oh, gee, flipping that because it got low.
Oh wow. Barrett, do lumber mills count as villages? Is that specified in the rules?
I don't know if it is specified. I would say that it should.
Wait, is it only villages or is it structures? So if you flip like a tower or a racks, does that count or not? Because if it says structures, then obviously.
Right, if it says villages, we need to clarify that.
That's true.
Um,
I mean, I think there's enough stuff for Saykoya here that they could flip things in time. Like if it really starts
Oh.
coming down to it.
Golem going into the fire? Is he gonna kill it? I don't think he has the units to kill it. When he does,
Wow.
but it's not worth it.
Barrett? Where are the rules for sudden death?
They might have gotten removed actually, thinking about it.
So there is no sudden death? Do the players know that?
I mean, I think we just get a ruling, and the ruling would be effectively there is sudden death, and it's how it makes sense to do, right?
Yeah, although, ooh, this is a big attack from Derrick this turn.
I guess the bikes got cleared, but like, is that the real thing? Is that worth it? There are still stuff that can kill the knights. Especially the knights after they get tagged by the fire.
Actually, like, Sakura just doesn't have much army left to fight at this point.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Derrick
doesn't
might come out on
have
top,
anything.
actually. Just because of how durable these golems are.
I mean, those golems are both dead to like Sio and Dragon and stuff. and fire.
Yeah, actually, the fire is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
When does sudden death come into play? Vane Wombats is asking on my chat. Normally, sudden death comes into play in the last minute of the game.
When
And
both players
fall
are under 30 seconds.
Yeah, both
30 seconds, okay. When both players fall below 30 seconds. And then it's a contest to see who has the most villages. But the problem is, there are no sudden death rules on the event page. And it's not clear if lumber mills are included. So we don't quite know what will happen if they enter sudden death, and we're hoping they don't.
Saykoya has more time. Like, that is something worth noting. And it's, like, Saykoya just continues to play
Oh,
fast.
I disagree with that. They should defeat the other knight, I think. Oh, that might be a slight error. Now the other knight doesn't really get killed. It's fine. Okay,
Spear crit on Golem? That should clear, I think.
I guess. No, it doesn't, but like the dog will finish. Or,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Oh, the knight
Knight
can
and
do it.
dog, that's fine. No, the spear doesn't really have anything to strike, but that's fine.
These pikes, they're like survivors of this horrid war. Like, they were standing in the flames this whole time.
And the knight could have finished that column if the pike had finished the previous column, but now you need to expose your mates, I guess.
Okay. Sword crit will finish this dog.
Will it? She would have
Yeah.
already done
44 to 17? Saykoya might just,
Probably
like, not be
does.
looking at it right now. Sword crit
Maybe
will
it's
kill a
gonna
dog
be
that's
like
that
his
weak
last
on the road.
move. Twins need to move away from there. Like, there's no reason to.
Oh, it doesn't go for
Oh.
it? Wait, will
Unless
the
Twins
weaker
will
sword do it?
The
Twins.
twins did it.
Oh, that's slightly risky. I mean, I don't think it's a real risk. Balloons are there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to cover that now.
Puts
Do you?
the weak
Yeah,
sword
yeah,
in the
you-
fire.
Oh, could this be? Nah, there's no way Derek Little Sim with like 0 time on his clock.
Legit, there could be lethal here.
There
Can
could
Wulfar
be.
get groove?
The dragon can die. There's enough to kill the dragon, so...
It's more than enough to kill the dragon. There's several suicides.
Oh no.
Double mage kills dragon. Mage suicide, mage suicide. You have to move the knight first. That's a little awkward. It's
Oh, no, it's
forest,
fine.
though. Forest is very wonky.
It's the dragon.
Whoa. Did you guys get kicked from the game? I just got kicked from the game.
I didn't.
We're still watching it.
Alright, rejoining.
Oh, no
Yeah, okay,
suicides.
he's not
onto-
going for the
No
lethal.
suicides, no lethal.
So you actually cannot get both suicides.
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
You actually couldn't get both suicides. It was impossible.
Guys, you've got to watch the VOD for Mastro.
Okay, I will check that in a bit. Oh, that is a night crit open on the stronghold. Alright, Wulfar covers it. But oh
don't know
no,
what
I think
was
there's just
happening
too
with
much
the dragon.
now.
Oh, that was too funny.
Yeah, the stronghold is not long for this world, as Barrett would say.
Yeah, oh.
Dragon was having a good time, that's right. There was this epic glitch on my screen when I rejoined where the dragon was dancing.
Oh, I've seen that. That's funny.
I'll have to check that out later.
I don't know if I've seen it with dragons. It would probably look the coolest with dragons, or maybe harpies. I've seen it with a bunch of units. Is there a mage in range of the balloon? Yes. Yes. Okay. This is a dead stronghold.
The fact that we made it to turn 27 shows how good these players are. Like, how many Wargroove games have ever gone to turn 27 with a clock?
Scorching fire.
There's two. Alright, Scorching Fire, that's a good place to put it.
I mean, you could have killed HQ though, no?
I think Saykoya's got enough time that they could kill HQ next turn.
Oh, whatever. Oh, wait, no. No, you can kill the HQ this turn.
You would have to clear the sword above. I wonder if you just move the knight back a little bit at this point. Just line up the crit.
But I guess, yeah, because of the fire,
Oh, it doesn't go for it.
you don't really need a crit now.
Okay, yeah. You might as well just dump all the mage heals you can. Cuts forest, moves the mages forwards. Do you
It's
just,
more,
like,
it might be
throw-
more necessary than you think, because Saykoya is standing in a night crit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you throw the balloons in front as well.
You guys see this, right?
Ooh,
Saykoya's
was-
dead. Oh no, that might save it. That might save
No,
it.
you put
Okay.
balloons in front.
Maybe.
Leaving the mountain behind him open was kind of sus. Like, that's not what you do against Wulfar. But I mean, Wulfar with no units and no time on his clock. Hard to play that. Can't even clear both balloons. Because, like, one mage is injured.
I would look for lethal here. There might have been lethal this turn.
I
But
don't think that.
Derrick isn't
you
looking
can,
for it.
You can't even clear the other balloon. Unless you Wulfar group, I guess. Okay, and now how do you prevent your HQ from dying?
I don't think you can. I think this is just game.
So like the game went nothing like I thought it would go, but Saykoya by attrition, guys.
Yeah, very, very close game on both ends. Like, I think Derrick, definitely there were moments where I was like, you know, like, Derrick could still be in this.
Yeah, Derrick could have won that game. I mean, it's still not over, but it's basically over.
Yeah, there's, like, basically no units left for Derrick. And yeah, they're up on economy, but they're down by 14 units right now.
And Saykoya is not going to fall into sudden death. If there was sudden death. Barrett, when this game is over, I really think the admin staff needs to clarify sudden death if it's not in the rules.
Yep, that is a good point. We will be looking
Okay.
into that. Because the reason we didn't have it was just because it was very difficult to enforce without any like, kind of official, well, even like the unofficial replay system we're using. But
And Wulfar does suicide.
we'll
Or,
force
you know, his stronghold is also dead.
dealer's
Which
choice.
is more dead? Wulfar or the stronghold? Find out, like, in the next 2 minutes, probably.
Okay, going
Okay,
for the
looks
stronghold.
like stronghold.
Got this hero.
Alright.
And now she goes and kills Wulfar with the rest of the army.
Alright, what do you use here?
I mean, doesn't matter, you have plenty of units.
Hits from
Bring
behind,
it
makes sense. And Archer can do some damage here as well. Yep.
Killing the archer. Archer moment.
Did Saykoya mess it up?
Nah. Oh, that was
Maybe.
the wrong
Doggen
pike.
Archer, I guess?
Oh, that was the wrong pike. Hit with the wrong pike.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that looked like a mistake to me.
Hey, he
Dog
should've-
and Archer.
Twin stats?
that would be really funny.
They are in a night crit range.
Oh no!
Yes,
Did
night
Saykoya
crit
flex
one.
too much?
Knight's Life. Oh no, is this actually it? Did Saykoya just blunder like the very last moment? I mean, this makes sense. You want to injure Wulfar so he can't just murder the commander. Yeah, hits what he can, clears the mage.
Oh
Saykoya is just panicking a bit and being like,
no! Yeah.
I think this is enough damage to the rest of the army, but bit of an oops moment right there.
So we didn't end up finding out which was more dead.
Okay,
Wulfar or
Saykoya has
Ray.
not dropped below 30 seconds, but we will legit have a rules question if they do.
Oh, 24 seconds left. So can Derrick find a lethal in the last like however many seconds of this match?
There's the night crit. I hope Derrick has animations on to get a few extra seconds.
All-
40%.
If Wulfar can groove.
Oh no, there's just like not quite enough. No,
Yeah.
and that's Derrick.
No. Can't be done.
Okay, that was much closer than it should have been at the end there. And Derrick, I think,
oh, but
ends turn with 2
can say-
seconds
yeah.
left on the clock.
has 10 seconds to kill the HQ. Before his victory is called into question.
Okay. Hit it with
Yeah.
literally anything. Spears, yeah, and they'll do it.
Ooh, above 30 seconds, look.
All right, we're safe. We're safe. Good game.
Okay.
Oh, this kill count.
Oh, right, that was a bit of a panic ending, I think. I imagine we're not getting a game 2 after that. They're probably going to want to break.
That was amazing.
I think I need a break after that.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
good.
I also need to go, like, be elsewhere right now.
Yeah. Likewise. That was a great game, though. And yeah, that was just over 2 hours of actual gameplay, so
It really went the distance.
it really did.
So all my predictions, like, actually came true, except the game didn't look at all how I imagined it would look. So if you look at just the results, it looks like I got the pick right. But if you look at what actually happened,
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious to see how the rest of the set's gonna play. Is Saykoya gonna ban Wulfar from this point?
Yeah.
I would.
no,
really
he is gonna ban Wulfar. Saykoya plays against the opponent. He doesn't do the stuff I do, where I'm like, I see Derrick only plays Wulfar, but I might leave it open for a game or two because I mean, technically, it's not the optimal ban against the theoretical optimal player, right? Boom, punished.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed everyone's banning Caesar. Like, did I
Wait.
miss a bunch of games where there were awesome Caesars?
Nah, Caesar has been like losing a lot. But like Caesar is technically the best CO after Valder. Technically, I mean, you need to play perfectly, and you need to also play super fast. And nobody can do that. And like practically, Wulfar tends to beat Caesar in like actual games. But do you want to be against Caesar when he stalls you, and then it feels like he's inevitable? He's getting all the Infinity Stones, and like you're just sitting there with your army, and it's like, what do I do? He's getting tier 2 in a few turns, and he has like 5 pikes, 5 mages, and a bunch of other units.
I
It's
guess
gonna
I banned
feel-
Caesar against like Saykoya, like a pike spammer, but
Oh, you never let Saykoya play Caesar because he's gonna have enough time to grind you out,
yeah.
and he's comfortable playing, staying in the game from behind, and also playing with like more defensive comps, buying pikes without completely losing the game. Like I lose the game when I buy pikes usually because they're super hard to like use. Sometimes you just lose all your map. That's what happened in my game on it there. Saykoya has been building pikes forever though, and he knows how to, buy them correctly and use them correctly. He knows when to get balloon with them, when to not, how many balloons, etc.
Yeah. All right, it looks like we've got the announcement here. Game 2, same time tomorrow.
Okay, I can make that. Unfortunately, like Wednesday onwards, I cannot make. So if they go to a game 3, I might not be able to cover it. Or at least not live.
Seriously though, admin staff does need to issue a ruling to both players on what sudden death looks like and whether lumber mills are involved.
I think
Yeah.
it should be all structures, like, because if you flip a axe, that's really major.
Yeah, I also agree with that. Like, if you take any of the structures that aren't villages, I mean lumber mills especially, because lumber mills is essentially a village, right? At least in terms
Lumber
of
mills
economy.
could be like 1.5 village,
Yeah.
and like
But I think just like a
fortified
one-to-one
villages are
structure
2
value.
villages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and
if we start
and you could
assigning points
argue-
or something, yeah, like it gets weird.
it gets crazy. Yeah, I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying certainly don't like leave them out completely,
Yeah.
right? Because they're
Um,
not technically villages. And if anything, Raxes are like even more important than all of those. So it shouldn't be villages; it should be structures.
Yeah, just structures. Well, thankfully this didn't come down to sudden death, although it almost did.
It almost did, yeah.
Maybe it didn't Saykoya's screen. Sometimes it doesn't show us the exact time.
I mean, if you, even if it goes below 30, if you kill your opponent's stronghold, then that's the thing that matters.
Oh, even if the game does.
Even if you bust below
they,
30, like
if the game actually ends.
if the game
or
actually
not
ends,
time.
then yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought the moment they've both gone below 30, the game is over. Basically, it gets called right there, and the rest.
No,
of the game
it's
is
just
over.
like if neither player can win, It gets cold.
Oh, okay.
But you know, in this
So
case,
they
like
both
Saykoya
need
could
to
kill
be
the
below 30, and somebody needs to go actually time out.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, wait. Saykoya is right though. So there isn't a sudden death rule, but there is a rule that says you can't skip 2 turns in a row. So like, if you even if you have like 10 seconds left on the clock over your opponent can't do anything. Like they're just frozen, right? Or like they're gonna
I
time it.
guess.
So
I mean, there is a loophole here because you can technically stop your timer from hitting 0 without breaking any rules.
well, you still have
No,
to use
you
a.
can't.
You have to move a unit.
You need to move at least 1 unit every 2 turns, and that one movement is gonna cost you at least 2 seconds. So you're wasting 1 second per turn at the least, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can move a unit without using up 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can like keep your clock perpetually at 1 if you never move a unit, but that's why you need to move at least 1 unit every 2 turns.
Yeah, but
Because
yeah,
your clock does come down eventually.
but yeah, Saykoya is right. There is no sudden death for this, so we might change that in the future. It was very much based on the fact that like sudden death was enforceable when we had a replay system, because it was very easy to just check the replay and you can just look at the charts. But for this, I think it was just, you like there's just a you can't do nothing 2 turns in a row, so. It's
If
like
there's
Saykoya
no
having-
sudden death, it's fine. I just want to make sure the players know what the rules are.
Yeah, and right, yeah, Saykoya is right. We took it out, and then we were just like, okay, if you just can't do something,
Okay.
but
So
Okay,
there is
so-
no sudden death. There is no sudden death for this.
So are we gonna put sudden death back for like next open or something? Or ever?
it's not in the second one either. We might try it for the third. It really comes down to, can we get a replay system in time? I think is the main thing, because it's for us checking this right now, right? Like when we're watching a live game, it's very easy for us to see like where the econ is, like the economy is every turn. But if we're looking at a replay, like someone would have to go through with the overlay on and just like note down the economy at the end of every turn.
I guess.
And then like,
Well, also if you're doing the replay, you just ask the players what the final turn was.
yeah, but
And
that
you only
still
know-
involves going through the entire replay to do. Whereas compare that to, and you also have to be looking at the timer as well, which is a bit awkward. But
Also, is the economy noted on the final turn the player played, or is it noted on like the turn they passed below 30 seconds?
I think it's something like not the last turn, but the turn before that. I think it was. It's very confusing, and I didn't like sudden death. I think a lot of people didn't like sudden death as a rule, but
I mean, it's a bad rule, obviously, but it's there to prevent a worse outcome, where you just don't know who won, or somebody just won with 1 second on their clock and the other guy timed out. Because eventually, an advantage of 1 second can lead to a win.
yeah, I
Technically,
mean,
where like one person skips a turn, and then next turn they move their CO1 tile back and immediately unturn, and then they repeat that, and they only waste like around 1-2 seconds per turn or less. And then if they're even 1 second ahead of their opponent, and both players have like equal mechanical skill,
Yeah.
which is what it comes down to, like who can click CO faster, I guess. And I'm saying CO because you also don't want to get lethal, but you just move 1 tile back because they move more. That's more time.
actually, funnily, moving over different terrain types changes it as well. There's a longer animation moving onto a mountain than there is a plains tile.
But yeah, without the sudden death rule, technically if one player has 30 seconds and the other has like 35,
Yeah.
and they're both like not winning the game immediately, one player can start like stalling the fastest way they can stall, which is what I mentioned, and then it's really weird.
Yeah.
Real weird.
But
The game lasts 10 more turns too.
I mean, this is. I would love an increment clock. That would be very good, even if it was just like an extra 10 seconds a turn, or 15 seconds or something, just to like let people play out ridiculous end games.
Yeah, I think we should, when we get increment, if we get increment, we should make it so that like it equalizes and goes to exactly like 60 minutes if the game is like 20 turns. And
Yeah.
if it's more than 20 turns, like this was what, 28 turns? Something
Yeah.
crazy. They should have had more than 60 minutes for this.
Yeah, because it was coming. I think it could have played out and been like a really fun game either. But anyway,
Well,
we're gonna exit out
The
of
game we
this.
did get was
Yeah.
fine.
This was a great game. And we're gonna exit out for the moment. So if you're watching on YouTube, you got to hear a bunch of discussion about timers. But anyway, let's go.
Oh, this is all gonna be in? That's funny.
Yeah, I might as well leave it in. But anyway, let's go to the screen.